Hey there, squatters in my attic. My name is Zeke Freak, and I just Vienna the hell out of those sausages. Joining me today, my usual cohort's Kevin, who's given him the old razzle-dazzle, and Saradin, who has a doctorate in literary classics at Wesleyan. And together, we're gonna graze the fields like cattle and fight off the kudzu infestation coming for us all. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin show.
The kudzu
I
is
just
coming.
want to clarify that it's not Indiana Wesleyan like you're thinking. It's actually Southern Kuwait Wesleyan, much less renowned school.
Yeah. Yeah, don't have too high expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
I've
one
read like 4, maybe 5 books, so that's all you need to do in Kuwait.
Yeah,
Most
in
people
his
can't
life.
read.
One of them was green eggs and ham.
Yeah, that's worth a literary degree in Kuwait. Most people there don't read.
one of my favorite things about Green Eggs and Ham is that it was literally a fucking challenge from a different writer telling Dr. Seuss, I bet you can't make a book with only 50 words, and he's just like, I bet.
Never.
I mean,
challenged
great creative
Dr.
writing.
Seuss such things.
I mean, great creative writing assignments. Most people just turn them into Reddit posts these days. So
That's true.
this guy actually made money off of it.
That's true.
It's beautiful.
A lot of money. A lot of money. Green Eggs and Ham, bestseller.
I feel like if you told me to write a 50-word book, I just write like 10 haikus. 5 haikus.
Probably. Yeah.
5 to 10 haikus.
5, 7, 5. Yeah.
Haiku. Yeah. Haiku is already plural.
Yeah.
That's my first. That was my first hurdle.
Yeah. Haiku is plural, just like anime.
Yeah. Get it through your heads.
Get it through your head, plural.
Well, depending on how many are listening.
Yeah.
And if you're listening collectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and all your friends at the mall listening to this podcast. First of all, thank you. We love you. Second of all,
We tolerate you.
yeah. Second of all, get it through your head. Anime is already plural. We haven't done an episode in a while, which means that this episode is either going to be really awkward and full of dead pauses, or we're going to have an amazing chemistry and be bouncing off the wall the whole time. There's no in between.
Seriously, every single time we go like a month plus without doing an episode, either we have just the best fucking episode ever and there's just constant energy, or nobody knows what the fuck to say.
I don't even know why we stopped. I feel like there were reasons, but I forget them. And I think the real reason is we just forgot to do it.
Halfway we just forgot to do it, another other half is just shit kept happening.
Yeah, I think after 3 weeks of getting delayed, eventually I just forget to do it.
Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a combination of me being busy and being away, and then every time I was back home, you guys just were like, yeah, no, stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I would have been fine doing it at any time during like the last week, except for the fact that I was dealing with a dying dog. So
He says post to not being fine with doing it at any point that week.
right, yeah.
Yeah, you say that
Don't listen
now.
to his fucking lies.
If it
I
weren't
think
for
what
the fact.
Yeah, I think what he means is that if I pressed him hard enough, he would have done it, but he was not going to initiate that act.
That's a better way to put it. Yeah.
That's so he's lazy. Gotcha.
No.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
You can call it whatever you want.
I mean,
Kevin. We know what it is.
I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna
learned
take that
this lesson
collar
with
you
us.
no longer have use for and slap it on your neck. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just yank me around like a freaking like 16-year-old dog. Jeez.
Like my dick.
On the plus side, though, this podcast will have at least 30%
Does it
less
hang low? Does
interruptions.
it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow?
That is true. That is true, Zeke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, definitely less interruptions from Pooch. Considering Pooch not
I've
here
made
no
it my
more.
life's mission to interrupt both Zeke and Kevin as often as possible today. They didn't
Yeah,
know
what if
about
the universe-
it, but now they're about
what
to
if-
find out.
Yeah, what if the universe has a plan for you, Kevin, and like the interruptions are just part of the natural flow.
That's really
And it-
terrifying.
and
if this
it
universe had a
reorganizes
plan.
Yeah, I know. It reorganizes the entire universe, and now Justin's gonna walk into your room and take a shit on the floor. Because it must happen. So it just grabs the nearest organism and makes it happen.
It's like that radiant AI Bethesda tried to develop. What if Todd Howard is actually God?
That's true. What if he's like the backup NPC that does the quest in case you kill the first guy?
Yeah. What if he's the one? What if he's the one that inherited John Carmack's superpowers?
Yeah, like if like in New Vegas, if you kill Vulpes and Conte, and then you get like the second guy with an equally Latin name that no one remembers the name of because he's the other guy that shows up, and who's gonna kill Vulpes and Conte that early? Nobody. Well,
Yeah.
some people might.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the second guy.
Yeah.
Much less interesting. He doesn't wear a wolf on his head.
I think it's very funny that you said werewolf.
Yeah, well, because Vulpes and Conte wears like the fucking the wolf on his head. Is that like the? I don't know. I guess you call it a hat. I don't know. Like a pelt hat, a pat.
Yeah, it would be a pelt.
Yeah.
Or it'd be a husk, but yes, more likely it's a pelt.
Pelt
Yeah,
husk
yeah.
hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much like what I did to that kid the other day. I pelted a rock at his head.
You're not supposed to do that.
Well, see, he didn't tip me on my Uber, so I had to do something.
Well, in that case, it's justified.
Entirely
You're going to
justified.
kill 5 people for $20. Are you telling me to the person that just last week killed 6 people for $19?
Look, $20 is $20, man. That's a lot of tip money. That's a whole hour I don't have to work. Come on,
True.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
get with it.
For real though, if you are getting a fucking like Uber or Lyft and you don't tip, you're basically Satan.
Yeah, you are basically Satan.
As a, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I'd say what have we been up to, but
We've
it's
been
been a
up.
while, so a lot.
Yeah,
I don't want to bore you recapping fucking everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do like fucking everything, but like I'll do the freaking stuff that I found interesting.
Give us the highlight reel.
Demo of East 10 fucking came out last week, and I started playing that.
Give us the more general highlight reel that normal people care about.
East 10 demo. Fuck you. This is what I got. You're gonna take what you get. No, East 10 demo came out, and I've been playing. I've been playing that. I'm like 4.5 hours in. It's a very generous demo. They give you until like partway through chapter 3 to play through completely for free. Remarkable.
Yeah.
I actually found out the other day, there are 2 different PC ports of East 10, actually. There was one that was created for, like, the Chinese release by Clouded Leopard Entertainment, and then there's the current one that was done by, like, Falcom and NIS.
Yeah.
Guess which one's better?
I'm assuming the one that leaves the skeletons intact.
Yeah, the Chinese PC port is fucking garbage. The best way I can describe it is actually by reading off the fucking recommended specs, because the recommended specs on the Chinese version are fucking stupid.
Okay.
For the North American release, it recommends, mind you, recommended 1440p, 60 FPS, high graphics, a GTX 1650, and 16 gigs of RAM. A GTX 1650, keep that in mind. That's recommended.
Yeah, that's
for the NAS version.
That's what you have.
It's what I have. Yeah, no, and it runs fucking amazingly. The Chinese version recommended RTX 3070. This thing runs like ass in China.
What is it doing? Running 3 other games in the background?
3 other games, a fucking like 2 Twitter profiles.
It's got to run all the spyware, bro.
That you know what? Maybe.
I don't even know how you fuck up. I don't even know how you fuck up an optimization that bad.
I don't know how you do that either. This game is not that demanding.
No, it's a fucking Falcom title. It looks like the PS2 if you spit shined it.
Oddly enough, the ANN review of the game actually did compare the graphics to like basically being an HD version of a PS2 game, which was a compliment for the record.
Every Falcom game to this day looks like a PS3 re-release of a PS2 game.
Which I'm not gonna fucking complain about. They genuinely look
they
pretty
run
good. Yeah.
No, they look fine. They run like butter. I'm just saying that's what they look like.
Yeah.
No one should need a 3070 to run anything they make.
No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No.
No, not yet at least.
Not for another 10 fucking years. No.
Yeah.
East 10, real fun. Main character, rather the main female character in this game, Karja, is really fun. Voiced by Cherami Lee in the dub, and God, she's fun.
Nice.
I've still never heard this woman, or maybe I have. But you talk about her endlessly. Well,
Yep,
not endlessly. I've just heard her name dropped a few times.
You probably have, but you probably avoided a lot of the dubs she appeared in.
That's true.
For example, I know you're not a fan of the Sword Art Online dub. She plays Asuna.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fuck that bitch. Anyway.
Well, okay then.
Actually, no, she's probably... No, honestly, she has a great voice. She is just... I don't know whether or not it's the script... I don't know whether or not it's the acting director or, like, the person who did the dub for SAO, but she... So many of her dialogue lines land tonally, like, flat compared to what's going on in the series.
Right.
I just did not appreciate her voice acting in that series.
I have not watched this dub freshly enough to have this debate.
Yeah. No, Cherami Lee's done really good work elsewhere, and honestly, her performance as Karja in East 10 is a lot of fun.
Nice.
Really enjoy her performance there.
Double clap.
Went and saw some movies.
Sure.
No, you fucking didn't.
Okay, I went and saw one fucking movie.
You don't have money. Go ahead.
Wait, did I?
We live in America.
when was the
Everybody
last-
knows the poor are banned from theaters.
Jesus Christ, when was the last fucking episode we did? Has it been long enough to where it's like, did I talk about Transformers 1 last time?
It was around the time I beat Doom Eternal's base, replayed Doom Eternal's base game, beat the Icon of Sin was around there.
Okay, it might have been around this time. Whatever, I'm talking about it again anyway. Transformers 1, saw that. Unfortunate, really good movie. One of the best I've thought about it a lot. I've thought about how good the movie actually is, like, a lot over the last few weeks. In terms of just sheer quality, it's probably the best Transformers movie we have. And a lot of it is down to the fact that this actually has some pretty good explorations of some relatively mature themes for a family film. Surprisingly tackling some socio-political elements that you don't see a lot in modern kids media, so I appreciate that. Also, one of the best interpretations of Megatron we've ever had, like, legitimately. Absolutely love D16 in this movie. And Brian Tyree Henry is amazing.
Every time people say D16, I'm just reminded of the fucking games. Was it Suda made the D4?
I think.
Not Suda. The guy behind Deadly Premonition. I forget his name.
Oh, him. Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, they made 4 more and multiplied it each time. Oh,
yeah. No, Transformers 1 is probably the best Transformers movie we have. I would say it's better than the vast majority, that's for sure. Better than Bumblebee, too. Yeah.
Oh wow, dude, I am hearing 2 solid blue albums right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Indeed. We've been watching some horror movies over in our server, and this month we have watched...
You've been watching horror movies over in your server.
That is true, yeah.
I have to get up too early in the morning these days to actually catch them, so...
Yeah, that's fair. No,
opportunities. But yes, no, go ahead.
No, this month so far we've watched Coraline, Scream, and the original version of The Hills Have Eyes. I've never seen Coraline, and I'm now kicking myself for never having seen Coraline before now.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you, past Kevin?
The movie's amazing!
Yeah.
Coraline fucking rocks. Scream... So, the last time I saw Scream, interestingly, was actually before I had seen most of the, core, slasher movies. It was before I saw Texas Chainsaw, it was before I saw Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, before all those. So, I was mostly going off of, pop cultural osmosis watching that the first time, back when I was, I was probably, 18, 19 when I saw it. Watching it again, having freshly watched a bunch of the classic slasher movies, honestly, the movie's a lot more fun once you're aware of the tropes and ideas common in the genre. Really fun movie. You can tell Wes Craven had a great time doing it. Also, this it's interesting. So
Oh yeah, because it's a proper satire. It's not
Yes.
a parody. It's a proper satire of the, generic slasher genre.
yeah, it's still a slasher
Yeah.
movie. It's still a horror movie, but it's got a very tongue-in-cheek way of approaching it with
Well,
a lot
most-
of additional
most
meta
good-
commentary.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that's what makes a good satire is that it is very much the thing that it is trying to be. It's not just taking the piss out of it, but
Yeah.
it's making relevant commentaries about the genre and some of the absurdities of it along the way. One of my favorite, by the way, we're an anime podcast, right? Can I interject with something?
Absolutely.
Sure.
One of my favorite satire animes of all time is Cat Planet Cuties.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think we just went on that.
Yeah.
We just went on that whole fucking spiel about that, and he calls it animes anyway. Roll back the tape.
No, I'm not gonna. I don't care. But yes, the what you completely derailed my
Cat
whole
Planet
conversation
Cuties.
with that shit.
Satire.
Okay, yeah, I know. What I was saying is like, the insult is burning still through a hole through my skin, and it hurts, and I'm having to recover here.
He's taking poison damage. Give him
You
a
also have to
second.
understand, I haven't really watched anime in a long time, so
Okay.
I don't talk about it much anymore. But no, one of my favorite satirical anime is literally Cat Planet Cuties. It is actually a very clever satire of most sci-fi tropes. It's just hidden behind a extremely filthy ecchi anime. One of my favorite ones is when, like, that thing that always happens in like sci-fi, when the aliens come down and there's always one faction of humans that tries to attack them, and then the other one always has to be like, no, please don't go back to your mothership and tell them to wipe out our species. These weren't us. These were like some bad humans. Not all of us are bad.
Shit, yeah.
And literally, like, that's what they did to her when they, after the dog faction or whatever, they kidnapped her. Or, you didn't know it was the dogs yet, but like they kidnapped her and tried to haul her off and have her experimented on. And the good guys rescue her, and like, please don't go back to your. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Pretty much every species we've ever encountered has multiple factions with different motives and different levels of morality. There's no issue here. You're fine. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you're good, man.
And I'm like, literally, even Star Trek would never have this happen. Like, Star Trek would literally be like, oh, what a misunderstanding. How's the Enterprise going to phase their way through this one?
This
But,
is so
yeah,
wacky.
But if you actually pay attention to that show and you're not just, like, distracted by catgirl titties the whole time, it has a lot of that meta commentary about just, like, general classic sci-fi shows, which I think is hilarious.
God, this sounds like my kind of show. It really does.
You've never watched it? Oh, God, we're getting on that shit. It's so wild.
I got a couple things to finish first, but once I'm done, yeah.
Yeah, like Sympho Gear. Anyway, you continue. You were talking about, like, Scream and how it's based. Yes.
No, yeah, Scream is a really good satire, like, satirical horror film. And I'm actually interested in checking out some of the sequels, because I remember Scream 2 being really, really good. Not so much Scream 3. I never saw past Scream 3.
I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to, because a lot of it's, like, no offense, but a lot of it is, how to say this? A lot of it is kind of retreaded ground in many ways.
My understanding is it progressively goes from satirizing slasher films to satirizing itself.
Yes, that's another thing.
I suppose I can see how that could work, but you gotta tread a careful line there to prevent it from feeling like a rehash. So.
Well, that's kind of the point, is that they definitely decrease in quality after the first one.
Let's find out. Put him on the list.
Will do. But yeah.
Put him on the list.
On the subject of Wes Craven movies, we also watched one of his early ones, The Hills Have Eyes. Pretty decent, but Zeke said it. Zeke mentioned it best. It's kind of a things happen movie. Very similar to very similar to Texas Chainsaw.
I describe it as a more palatable Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. We kind of came to the same conclusion on that one.
Yeah, if you want a Texas Chainsaw that's like 8 minutes of screaming versus like 50 minutes of screaming, this is the movie for you.
Yeah. No, The Hills Have Eyes, I will say, is definitely a lot more restrained in terms of its more chaotic elements. But I'd argue that kind of makes them hit a little bit better. So.
Yeah.
No,
I liked it, but it is definitely a late 70s things happen movie.
yeah, which it's fair. It's fine. No, yeah. And I actually properly got back to Hollow Knight, and I'm actually pretty far into the game now. I'm like a third of the way through.
I don't think you're equipped to judge that.
I'm a good chunk of the way in. Good game. Very good game. I like it a lot.
Rephrasing that doesn't really change my opinion.
Okay. Good game. Very good game.
Yeah. What'd you do recently?
Last thing I did was I still need to the dung dude. Still need to fight him.
Yeah, I know who you still need to fight. Who have you fought?
Names escape me at the moment. I'm very bad with like names of bosses I fight like 2 times. So.
Okay, what did you get for fighting them?
Okay, what
I'm
I
just
got.
Telling you, I'm just saying you keep making a lot of progress, and I keep saying what
fair.
progress have you made?
No, let's see. I have the first nail art. I have I don't have the double jump yet, but I do have the wall climbing ability. I have the.
I've done that. I want to interject for a second. The nail arts can be acquired in any order. There's not like a first one.
Right. Okay. Fair. No, yeah, I got one of the nail arts. I have the dash. I have.
Did you get the crystal dash?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, I do have like the super dash that just launches you across the fucking map at like map mock speed.
No, that's the one.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like, okay, yeah, no, I have that.
Yeah, have you not noticed how it spawns crystals at your feet when you use it?
Oh, right, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I'm more so focused on the fact that I can't stop.
Yeah.
It's literally just.
Yeah. I will say on the way to true ending, you have quite a ways to go.
That's fair. That's fair enough. Okay. No, I got a chunk in. I'm good. Like it's a good game. Good game. I like it. Okay. I'm also still working on the video you want me to work on, but I'm gonna finish the first part of that tonight.
Good. You sound like a whipped dog. What is?
Arf.
Well, someone has to. There's no longer a dog to do that.
This is very true. Anyway.
Hey, I like the game. By the way, I'm still working on the thing you had me work on. I promise, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done. Don't hurt me, master. Like, you sound like a whipped fucking dog. Like,
well,
Jesus Christ.
First of all, he lost.
Like,
a bet.
Zeke, what are you doing to this guy?
I did lose a bet.
First of all,
he lost a bet.
First of all, he lost the bet. Second of all, he says he likes it. Third of all, I'm just correcting him when he says he's X amount of way through it. Because he doesn't know the game, so he doesn't know how far in he actually is.
Yeah. All right.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just like it's just the
just
way
I'm
he's like
sounding,
course correcting by saying like.
Oh no, I'm not blind to that.
By like saying, oh, no, I like saying anything about you. I'm just saying about the acting to all of it. It's just very funny.
The funny thing is I interpreted it the other way because as soon as I bring up that he hasn't made as much progress in the game as he thinks he does, he tries to disguise it by being like, well, I've been working on that video you want me to do so much, so that's the reason.
Yeah.
And that's valid, by the way.
Stop.
I'm just saying I'm
stop,
not blind.
Help! I'm being repressed.
No. That's an entirely valid valid excuse. I'm just saying.
Come see the violence.
I'm not blind to your attempt to pivot there.
Yeah. What have you been doing, Mike? That's what I've been fucking doing.
Fuck all, I've been just working my ass off lately.
Yeah.
How's the gas mileage?
I
assume that doesn't really change much.
I think we put about.
Did he disconnect?
His connection's a little spotty.
5,000 over.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Bizarre.
One moment.
Technical router a smack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me kill some apps real quick.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, that was gonna do that. Interesting. Okay. Let me just kill my browser in general. There's that. Can you guys hear me any better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was probably the browser that was killing.
Still a little.
No. So I've just been.
Go.
Well, you can take it or cut me out. I don't have a choice at this point.
Why don't I go next?
Yeah, fuck it, ball.
Yeah, you go next. I don't think it's
Okay.
gonna improve, but go ahead.
All right.
All right. Right. Anyway, what I've been dibbity doing. The new season of Overwatch. I've been playing that a lot. Although not now because it's the weekend and the Weekend Warriors. Right, it's the first weekend of the season, so
Yeah.
it's fucking miserable.
Yeah, consistently. If you're going to be playing like any fucking online game and there's a new season that just dropped, don't play during the first weekend. You'll have a horrible fucking time.
Yeah, Matchmaker does not know what to do because there's yeah. Anyway, I gotten since last time. I think I finished replaying Doom Eternal's base campaign, and I'm like partway through its first DLC, which is really fucking hard on Ultraviolence. I will load it up, and then I will like lose at the same fight 3 times, and go, okay, I'll try this again later.
Yeah.
Actually went back to classic Doom for a bit.
Okay. Correction. You boot it up. You play it for like 30 minutes. You scream and curse the entire time, and then you turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I get into a flow. I went back to classic Doom for a little while because I saw a YouTube video on a WAD called Breakpoint that looked really fun using the open source supercharge pack, which changes the weapons and enemies. I really liked Breakpoint. It's a nice, concise, like 9-level WAD episode, I guess, that has really nice level design and really good looking levels. And it was just kind of fresh to get slightly modified monsters and weapons as well. So I really enjoyed going through that, actually. I finished my I finished my high chaos run of Dishonored. I'm probably gonna go back to my low chaos run soon, where I'm going to be ghosting it on hard, or not even hard. The one up from hard. I forget what the one after hard is called. That one, the highest one. Because I'm not fighting the enemies. Does it really matter how tough they are?
Right.
But it also affects like detection and shit. But like, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that soon-ish. Fallout London has got a new patch yesterday, so I tried going back to that because I took a break from that because I fucked up my LOD settings by trying to adjust the sliders manually.
Yeah.
Which is not how you do that because it has its own like way of handling that. My game ran like shit. So they released the patch yesterday, which as just a side effect of how they do this, it resets LOD settings and shit like that. So now it runs fine again.
Yay.
Yay! So I played like an hour or 2 of that. I'm having issues with that game, mostly in that it's quests. I want to point out that I like it, and I do want to play more of it. But right now I'm facing some frustrations of the specific point I am, because number one, the quests have kind of poor sign marking, where they might tell you where to go once, but if you don't remember that, then there's nothing to really point you in the right direction. You literally just have to go to the Discord and ask someone. The other thing, it's kind of hit and miss whether quest markers are actually implemented or not. The other thing is that, and maybe this is just me, maybe I'm playing it wrong. Somebody more experienced could probably correct me here, but I feel like the general combat and loot balance of this game is kind of screwy. The shit you get from main quests is so much better than anything you can find or build. It's kind of absurd. And while the enemies individually are not tough, there are some areas where they just throw hordes of them at you, and I don't remember like base Fallout 4 really doing that. There's this one part, I think other people will know what I'm talking about. I forget the exact area it is, but it's like it might be like, I don't even know if it's the main Isle of Dogs Syndicate area, but like it's one of their strongholds, and like there's just so many fucking guys, and they just pop out of the woodwork. I don't think I've ever fought this many enemies at once in Fallout 4.
Good lord.
Like I swear there were like 45 Syndicate guys there, which yes does tank performance a little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm feeling some of the. I'm also feeling some of the clunk from their design decisions. For whatever reason, they included a weapon. They included a weapon wheel from a different mod. They did not include, however, the part of the mod that lets time slow down while you have the wheel open, which is bizarre. I don't know why they left that out, or at least didn't put it in an option. I think it's because that's an option that requires the MCM, the mod manager thing, and they don't use this mod does not use MCM, so I guess the option is just grayed out for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is odd. So I'm having kind of balance issues with it, and quests when I can find them have kind of poor signage. And also I stopped playing yesterday because it crashed again, which is funny because the whole impetus of this patch is, don't worry guys, we fixed like 500 crash instances. Okay, well I still found one. That's not entirely on them. That's a Fallout 4 thing.
Yeah.
But
no.
Yeah.
It's better. That doesn't. God, it reminds me about how when they fucking updated Halo Infinite, it's just like you have less likelihood of tripping up EAC. Doesn't mean it's gonna stop, but you're less likely to do it now. It's like instead of every.
I feel like our rate has been about the same.
No. Instead of every 4 matches, it's every 6 matches now.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, that screams to me that it's probably an EAC problem that they have limited ability to actually fix.
Most likely. I mean, it's fucking EAC, so.
Yeah, they call it easy anti-cheat. They don't call it good anti-cheat.
You really like saying that, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's like when everyone, it's like Little Caesars, and people are like, it's hot and it's ready. Is it good? It's hot.
It's hot and it's ready. Yeah.
Yeah, the Little Caesars of anti-cheat. I also went back to Hitman. I played a bunch of freelancer and like user contracts and shit.
Reminded of when you were trying to do that one fucking long ass contract that had like what 16 objectives or some shit.
It had like 15 targets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I did.
I remember you trying to do that like full stealth, and it just did not work.
No, it had an optional objective to not fuck, what was it? There was some optional objective that I inadvertently broke. I think it was like don't knock out non-targets or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I don't remember. Anyway, but I did kill all the people I did to.
Yeah.
Without screech. Yeah. Anyway, the new season is here.
It is.
I'm talking about anime now, not that.
Yeah, the new season of the weather is coming.
New weather just dropped.
New weather just dropped. No.
No, because I was talking about Overwatch seasons earlier, so no, this is anime season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking a bit more easy. I was watching like a dozen shows at once last season, and now I think it's like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'm down to like 3 major shows that I'm watching this season. I'm watching Dragon Ball Daima, Dandadan, and fucking God, every single season there's always one show that I'm watching that I just blank on the name of.
How the fuck is
How do I keep ReZero? That's right. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm watching like those 3.
God.
Yeah.
Oh god, Flatus, man.
Yeah, I just get done with like freaking months of freaking binging ReZero and I forget it. What the fuck, man?
Isn't that
Butterfly?
Isn't that kind of poetic though?
Butterfly kind of Flatus, man. Yeah, I'm watching ReZero Season 3, the second half of Tower of God Season 2, Dragon Ball Daima, the third arc of Sengoku Yoko and Danmachi season 5. Also, I'll probably watch the second season of Blue Lock. I just haven't gotten into it.
Yeah, yep.
I'm kind of behind, but also I'm watching so few things. It doesn't matter if I'm a little behind. If I watch like I'm watching so few things this season. If I watch like one episode a day, then I'm going to catch up eventually.
Yeah, yeah. I also
have the final episode of of fucking Rosea the recapture to watch.
Oh yeah, you have been watching that.
For whatever reason, for whatever reason I've only been watching that like every other week, even though it ended like 5 weeks ago. I only have one more left though.
Yeah. I also plan on checking out Magi Lumiere, which is like this Shonen Jump magical girl series that has an anime adaptation now. One of my friends who's like super into magical girls as well is like, Kevin, you gotta watch this. It's so good. And I'm like,
I remember I was there on that Discord call.
Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out at some point. That's a JC Staff show, by the way.
Many things are.
Yeah. JC Staff still going.
No, yeah, no. They do like 6 or 7 things.
The big problem with Magi.
To be fair though, the thing about JC Staff is that it's not like a group.
Yeah.
My understanding of JC Staff is that it is a building where freelance groups come and go from.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, the only thing that is annoying about Magi Lumiere is that it's not on any of the fucking services I actually have a subscription for. It's on fucking Amazon Prime Video. Netflix, nah. Hulu, nah. Crunchyroll, hell nah. Amazon Prime, fuck yeah.
Amazon still weirdly licenses things.
Weirdly, they still license anime, but they don't have like their dedicated separate anime subscription thing that you have to get on top of Amazon Prime. That was really fucking stupid that they did that, by the way. Anime Strike was dumb.
Yeah,
we don't talk enough how fucking stupid Anime Strike was.
Yeah, it's kind of faded from memory because it was like 7-8 years ago, but yeah, Anime Strike was fucking stupid.
Because it was like, yeah, pay $15 for Amazon Prime Video, but you also have to pay an extra $8 to watch anime. Why?
I thought it was only $5.
It was some... The point is you had to pay more just to watch fucking, like, 5 anime.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter what the double purchase was.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was the only way to watch Made in Abyss.
That is true, and that was like the one thing that kept Anime Strike going. But once that ended...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just all went to High Dive anyway, so who cares?
Mm-hmm. That's life. That's what the people say.
Yep.
I heard the ending of Made in Abyss. I actually didn't hear anything about it.
It's not a...
I knew that
it's not ending. No.
No, it's not over yet?
Nope.
Okay.
It's not over.
Yeah, it's going a bit slow because the writer Akihiro Tsukushi has some occasional health issues, and also the manga requires a lot of very detailed art and writing work that requires a lot of time to get done, even with a monthly schedule. So a lot of times he just ends up falling behind on his schedule. So the manga's progressing slowly.
Yeah, there's energy behind it though. I remember Kinema Citrus said, "Yeah, we're making more of it." I'm like, "There's not even enough. There's like 4 chapters you haven't adapted. What are you doing?"
Right? Yeah. It's like, we're gonna be making more. Okay, when?
Thanks for letting me know. I'll be there in like 6 years.
Yeah, I was about to say, see you in 6 years. I do appreciate that Kinema Citrus is very clear on their dedication to Made in Abyss. But
no, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
I won't be left wondering. I'm just saying, kind of early to say that.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of different from the frickin' Shield Hero thing, where it's like we've already got like a frickin' 24 novels out, so there's plenty of material. So.
How many Shield Heroes are there? Jesus Christ.
Well, there's only the one, if you were paying attention. Yeah, it's Rise of the Shield Hero, not Rise of multiple Shield Heroes.
Oh, okay, smartass. No, how many fucking novels are there?
They're like, I think like 24, 25 right now.
Yep. Maybe it'd
Good
be like
lord.
Aria of the Scarlet Ammo, and it just will never end.
I love how
Or Golgo 13. It's the isekai version of Golgo 13. It never fucking ends.
freaking 40 years later, we're still getting more fucking Shield Hero.
Speaking of isekai, I had the most brain-rotted idea imaginable yesterday.
Oh, do tell.
What if we had a spin-off of Spice and Wolf, where it's an isekai where they just come to our world.
Oh yeah.
But what ends up happening is both of them just get lost in playing EVE Online forever.
There's layers to this.
Lawrence and
There's layers.
Holo single-handedly crashed the EVE Online stock market.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was inspired.
Genuinely, that is a really fucking funny idea. Good lord, I just looked it up. Fucking Aria of the Scarlet Ammo, 41 novels plus extra, still going.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know. That's why I made the joke.
Good god.
Who reads this?
Who reads this?
I assume Japanese people. Because that's.
I'm sorry, the anime so came and went that it just baffles me.
Well, that was the height of it came during the height of the era of fuck you read the manga adaptations.
That's a good point. Yeah, like freaking 2010.
I think and the thing is, I feel like they probably would like to do more anime. It's just they look at the fucking 35 volumes they're behind on and go,
yeah, they just start tugging at the collar like, I don't know, man.
We're so fucking. It's the same reason I don't think I'm getting a second season of Excel World anymore, is because they're just so fucking far behind. They're just like,
yeah.
You know.
I feel like in that regard, I got really fucking lucky with the Spice and Wolf remake, because they're just like, nah, fuck it, we're just gonna do it. Yeah, I know there are like fucking 25 novels and like 13 like supplementary novels. We're gonna do it anyway, fuck it.
Yeah, that feels like a concentrated like thing, and well, also its sequel is still running.
True. Wolf and Parchment's still going, yeah.
And the first adaptation diverged enough that there was kind of an excuse to start over.
That is also true. The last freaking 6 episodes of the remake of like the first season of the remake was an entire novel that the original anime just skipped.
Yeah.
Which honestly, having seen both adaptations, I think I can piece together why they skipped it. The original anime tried to downplay the kind of atheist worldview the novels had to a degree, and
Sure.
Novel 4 is very atheist.
Yes. Yeah.
I love
liked
religious texts.
I was a fan. I liked it.
Yeah, no, it is very obvious, having seen the adaptation now, why they skipped it, because it's like, yeah, if they were trying to downplay that in the original anime, I can see why they were just like, scooch that one aside.
Why though? Was like the director like a devout Christian? What was going on?
I have no idea. Which is weird, because it's like the same guy who directed the original anime is chief director of the new one, so like, I don't...
Strange.
It's weird. I don't know why.
I guess it depends on how hateful he was being about it.
I guess, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe he's just being a raging atheist
Maybe there was like...
and saying some choice things along the way. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So.
Do you hear that, Catherine? The woman I picked you up the other day? Atheism doesn't make you cool!
First year atheism, gotta love it.
Yeah. Some people never get past it. It's wonderful.
Yep.
Some people never get past a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I saying? All right. Like they had, some things I'm just giving up on actually continuing. Though you never know. You know, every now and again we'll get like a Blue Exorcist where they come back twice and they're like, no, we're here to stay. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get somebody who's just like, yeah, let's make a 4th season of Full Metal Panic. Fuck it.
You never know.
We'll tank a studio in the process, but like, yeah, we'll make another season.
We'll kill them, but Production committee just looks at Zebiko like, we're going to kill you.
Let's be honest, after Keijo and like 2 other failed series right before that, they were on their way out
They
anyway.
really were. They really were, yeah. The only thing keeping them alive was fucking Tolovru.
Yeah, the problem with shitposts and meme series is that people forget about them and move on as soon as they're done. They're like, oh, that was fun, move on. No one buys the DVDs. What were you thinking? Like, that was Keijo. It was a giant shitpost.
Yeah, my understanding is that, well, it boosted the manga sales right when the manga ended. And...
Yep. Yep.
Way to go, guys.
Good lord.
Yeah, fucking...
I need somebody to do, like, a freaking history of video on Zebek as a studio, because that is a fascinating history.
Yeah, what happened?
I need back muscles on this stat.
I knew that Zebek had done like Keijo, and that was bottom barrel garbage. It was very funny bottom barrel garbage.
Oh, very funny.
If you're drunk.
Very funny and very well produced.
And you squint one eye, you punch yourself in the genitals repeatedly. But it was very funny, like one-off trash, right?
Yeah.
Animated well, even for a series as simplistic as that. All you have to do is draw tits and ass. It's not hard. And that series was not very well animated. The visuals were not that great, despite being a series that just takes place amongst the beautiful summer skies and blue water.
Wait, Keijo? Keijo?
Yeah.
No, Keijo was fucking gorgeously animated, dude.
You and I have different opinions. Okay, so it wasn't... Depends on what gorgeous was. There were definitely hardcore dips near the end, except for like the final fight scene where they save half their budget for, right?
That's fair.
Yeah. But there were definite dips like after the first few episodes.
Yeah.
Then I saw that Zebek was doing. Then I saw like in the credits for Full Metal Panic, I was like, new Full Metal Panic. I hadn't looked into it. Saw Zebek there, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm only insistent upon that because their logo literally tells you how to pronounce it.
It's Zebek?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zebek.
That is very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that people were confused enough by that they literally put a pronunciation guide in their logo.
They did.
I mean, have they ever? You can disavow Hooked on Phonics all you want, but it doesn't make me want to pronounce it that way. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the thing
I was
is
a Hooked on Phonics kid. No, I wasn't actually. I was way smarter than any of those retards. I mean, what?
It's really funny to me that Japanese people will be very puzzled by the existence of Hooked on Phonics because their language is based around very consistent pronunciation.
Yeah.
Everything only has one set reading. You can't mispronounce shit in Japan. You're just saying different words.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do need it, however, for China. Holy shit.
That's true.
Chinese,
Maybe
literally,
this is the source of
there's that meme. Literally just it's like 36 different words. Yeah, but that's a full coherent sentence. It's just like the nuances in how that's pronounced are.
Yeah, because
I think this is why.
So
I think
they
this is why
definitely
Japan
hooked on phonics. They need
Is this why Japan hates all other Asians?
It's like
no, Korean's very similar to Japanese in many ways, like very consistent pronunciation for the most.
Yeah.
They should make up passionately.
I am not Korean. If there are Koreans watching, let us know. But my understanding is that Korean is much more consistent. I think it's just Chinese. A lot of ancient languages like that are extremely obtuse in that regard.
Yeah, I've heard it described.
People forget that Chinese is like a 5,000-year-old language.
Yeah, I've heard it described.
All the other 5,000-year-old languages are dead.
Yeah, I've heard it described specifically. I've heard it described specifically that Chinese is a tonal language, and you can, and technically speaking, you can get the wording correctly. It's just how you use tones really dictates what you're actually saying. Someone described it as somebody went to. I saw this frickin' YouTube short where somebody did a test to check their Chinese fluency, and they were pretty sure that they were at the very least at fluent or at the very least conversational level. And they got their scores back, and their teacher told them, "Okay, imagine you are an American. Sorry, imagine if you're a Chinese person trying to learn how to speak English." And you would pronounce every single vowel like E. Healy, my name is Kevin. Like, that's how you sound in Chinese.
Yeah.
First of all, boom roasted. Second of all, dang, like, at that point, I just, like, put in my papers, like, I want to drop this class.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
done.
you.
Bye.
That's understandable.
Yeah, this is horseshit. You know, a lot of ancient languages are very tonal in nature,
very.
and very limited in what they have to play with.
Yep.
So they have to make do with what they do have to play with. But yeah, no, there's a reason Chinese or Mandarin Chinese is one of the hardest languages to learn. It's very antiquated, and a lot of other more modern languages just like don't follow the same kind of tenets that old languages like that do.
Yeah.
So it can be quite a hassle. So respect to anybody who's actually learned it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They didn't cheat by being a baby picking up on their parents talking. That's cheating. That doesn't count. If you learn Chinese as a second language, we're here for you.
Well, you're there for them.
You'll be well ahead when they take over the fucking world in 20 years. So what's your plan to survive the water wars?
Die.
I live in the Midwest. I don't have to. I'm in one of the deltas that.
Oh, that's true.
I'm in one of the delta.
Everyone wants our fresh water.
Yeah, everybody wants our Great Lakes. Y'all can fuck off.
The lakes are
Transcend to
mine.
become the greatest lakes in history.
Yeah. No, pretty much Ohio is like ground zero for where the water wars are going to occur. Actually, so you know we're going to have the most prime real estate in the country.
Get our artillery built now.
Because we literally exist because a combination of the Ohio River, the Mississippi, and the Great Lakes Delta, and all the canal networks mean we are going to be lush for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna sink Wisconsin, so there's even more lake. Sorry, I hate Wisconsin.
Oh, why? They invented Culvers.
They invented obesity?
Culvers did not invent obesity.
Well,
No,
well, with their
simply-
fucking calorie
it-
counts,
it
it makes you think.
They codified it. It molded them.
They were born in it, molded by it.
They're masters of it. Like a Tai Chi master, but he's really fat. No, my Wisconsin hate goes back a long ways. It's like episode 23 shit.
Oh yeah. The ground trembles with my every step. I have installed my floorboards incorrectly.
That's a good one, actually. That makes me laugh.
Kevin, this news might amuse you, but Ben Schwartz just announced he's going to be on Guest Grumps again, promoting Sonic 3. I like how getting on Guest Grumps has been his routine, like, movie tour.
Yeah,
for every movie now.
Well, I will say that's going to be the first time I've watched Game Grumps in a while.
Yeah, only when Ben Schwartz comes on. Yeah, they have great rapport.
Oh yeah, no, the fucking.
I just like this comment pointed out that getting on Guest Grumps has now become part of his standard promo tour.
It is true that it kind of is.
They've got him in the pocket.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
No.
More people need to hire more Ben Schwartz for more things so that he can make more watchable episodes of Game Grumps.
No, yeah, the fucking Adventures of the Magic Kingdom episode, or whatever the shit, was really, really funny. I really like that one.
Yeah, he plays off him great.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
You know, I think that might do it for this first segment.
I think that'll do it, yeah. No, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't talked about anything that I did, because, like, we skipped over.
Oh, shit, yeah, right, yeah.
Right. Sorry.
You know, I've actually been watching animes.
Okay.
You know, animes are plural for anime.
You fucking dick.
Cancel Jiro now. I'm like, you're too late. It's been done thrice already. Like, I'm still kicking, baby.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can
possibly imagine.
Oh, go ahead,
Last
go
time I
ahead.
was but a student, but now I am the master. No, no, I've been watching. I actually caught up on. I talked about Demon Slayer last time. That was a season.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, that season occurred. It was a
Yeah.
thing that occurred.
That was some anime I watched.
Yeah,
Events transpired before my very eyes.
yeah.
Not a lot of events, not very exciting events, but they happened.
No, the ending was incredible, but like everything
Sure.
else leading up to it was just like, yep, this is a training arc. This is a very silly training arc with a lot of fun fan service moments and not much else.
Yep.
But obviously they're saving their budgets. They're saving their budget and just doing the proper, slow burn setup for what's going to be, I think, a 3-movie finale to the series.
They're gonna make so much money. They're gonna be fucking
Oh yeah.
billionaires.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, literally, like the Mugen Train, which was like, yep, that was a movie.
Yeah, it does
the-
not shock me they're taking this route.
Yeah, the Mugen Train movie thing was, I mean, absolutely like did gangbusters in theaters. To be fair, there was a time where theaters were basically shut down,
Oh, dude,
Sure.
dude.
so it was like one of like 3 movies in theaters at the time. But
Mu-
it did absolute gangbusters in theaters. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
like
surprised
in-
they're taking this route.
Yeah, like in Japan, Mugen Train was like Mugen Train is the highest grossing Japanese movie like ever, and even over here in America, it outgrossed the domestic performance of the new Mortal Kombat reboot.
I mean, to be fair, like,
Am I supposed to be impressed by that?
Considering that those were the 2 options that week, honestly, yeah.
Oh, okay then. Wow.
Anyway, continue.
but yeah, no, I watched that and enjoyed it. Like the story is clearly wrapping up several character arcs, and like getting ready to cross into its eventual finale, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a whole lot of interesting things happened in this season until the very end. But again, like I have a soft spot for this series.
Sure.
But I've also been catching up with Dr. Stone, and this season is giving me such whiplash. I like it. I'm keeping up with it, and it's not confusing, but it is whiplash central. Like they are moving so fast, and then just out of nowhere, they're like, by the way, half the cast disappeared into the ether for a moment. Why? Because we're about to introduce 40 new characters. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. But unlike My Hero Academia, they're doing the intelligent thing by soft writing half of them out of the season until those 40 characters are clearly going to be dismissed from the series as well.
Sure.
So, like, again, my issue with MHA is, and the reason I kind of stopped for a while was, which I'll get back to it eventually, is just because they flooded the roster too much. They couldn't find a point. They couldn't find a focal point of a point of focus, and so everything just like it's just very messy.
I think we should get far enough the way.
Yeah, that's what you've
we
told
did
me.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you've told me, and so I do plan on going back to it at some point. But but I did get through Dr. Stone. I finished watching the new season of Eurocamp, and that show is just sweet, wholesome candy for my brain, and I want all of it. And like, I'm going to be getting into this week. Should I have the time, I'm going to try to make the time. I'm going to be watching Oshinoko because I've heard it's good, and season 2 is about to drop, if I'm correct, or it already has started dropping.
That was last season.
Was it last season? Really?
Yeah.
So I was reading something. What did you say?
Oshinoko, was that last season? Really?
Yes. Yeah, that was last season. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. I'm going to be getting back into that, and I'll give you my full thoughts on that one. As a person who has Oshi in his culture, should be pretty interesting to see its perspective on all that.
Indeed.
Also, as a person who spent half his life vehemently hating idol culture,
And
should
look
be,
at you now.
I will probably have a lot to say about it. But yeah, and I'm going to be, and the only other thing that's really going on is I'm going to be saving money. I'm going to be heading off to Atlanta at the beginning of December for a anime convention. So I will let you know how Atlanta treats anime nerds.
All right.
Sure.
So, sorry, otaku.
Yeah.
Sorry, also animes nerds. Anyway, I'm just gonna do it on
Now,
purpose.
well, now you're gonna get lynched for that.
finally joined my ancestors. Anyway, check your tree. Anyway,
God.
anyway.
Second segment?
Yeah, but that's all I've done. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, Zeke wants to move on to the second segment.
Sorry, I just have to piss.
I did all that work to get my shit fixed, and this is how you treat me. You're like, yeah, that's fine.
It's fine, it's fine. No, we'll see you. We'll see you in the next segment.
All right.
Welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show. Welcome back to the Reddit dive. We know you've missed this.
Goodness, I know I have.
They won't stop scratching at my door. They keep asking me,
Yeah, every
"When's the Reddit dive? I need it to sustain my lifeblood."
just
Like,
for just
okay.
freaking
So I mean,
scratching.
skip 3 weeks because you love your fans.
Well, we gotta make sure the Reddit dive's especially
Well,
spicy
you know.
today.
Keep them wanting.
Yeah, keep them wanting, so when they get it, it's all that more sweet.
Yeah, you think drug dealers are out there being like, "Oh, I got so many drugs, I'm practically giving them away." No, you gotta like make it seem like, you know, reserved, like a limited access.
Yeah.
That's
Leave 'em-
how you get the big bucks.
Yeah, leave them wanting.
I assume, of course, I have a history of selling drugs, particularly not to children, orphan children with diseases.
Aha.
Okay, I think
Anyway.
I think we're good. We've properly shaken off our FBI agent now. Okay, continue.
Yeah, good. He was stinky.
Am I the asshole for pouring my boyfriend's raw milk down the drain because I found out it's dangerous? So I recently found out that my boyfriend has been buying and drinking raw, unpasteurized milk. He grew up on a farm, and apparently his family always drank it straight from the cow. And he's been doing the same thing ever since we moved in together. At first I didn't think too much of it. Being a vegan, I never drank it myself. Of course. But I started doing some research after I saw the label on it. It literally says, "Not for human consumption." Apparently, raw milk can carry harmful bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, Listeria. I freaked out when I read that. I don't want him to get sick or expose me to something dangerous. So when I saw a fresh bottle of raw milk in our fridge yesterday, I panicked and poured the entire bottle down the drain. I thought it was the safest thing to do. When my boyfriend got home, he immediately noticed and was pissed.
It depends on what you're going
He
for.
said he said he spent a lot of money on that milk and that he's been drinking it for years without a problem. He accused me of not trusting him, and I said I had no right. He said I had no right to throw away something he enjoys just because I disagree with it. I tried explaining that I was just concerned for his health and ours, but he said I was being a control freak. Now he's barely talking to me, and I feel
Oh
like
my
there's this huge
God.
distance between us. Am I the asshole for pouring out this milk? I thought I was doing the right thing, but I'm starting to wonder if I overstepped.
Vegan spotted.
I mean, first of all, vegan, so
Average
automatic.
vegan, average vegan behavior.
This
Yeah,
doesn't.
so what I'll say here is that first of all, you're a vegan, so you're automatically the asshole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Second,
No further examination needed, but we'll give it anyway.
yeah, absolutely. With that kind of stuff, like, yes, can it contain those things? Absolutely. Is most like raw milk that you're going to like they
The main thing here is that this is a conversation you can hang of. I think it was childish to just pour it down the drain.
Yes.
I really like top comment. You're the asshole. You panicked and poured it down the drain. What was it gonna do to you? You could have just left it in the fridge and then told him you had a concern. You should have discussed it like a normal person instead of reacting to a bottle of milk as if it was about to mug you.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got panicked by an inanimate bottle of milk.
Mike, I'm reminded of the fucking Corona clip where she gets scared by the bar of soap.
oh yeah, classic. Yeah. Yeah, fucking
Ah, shit, raw milk!
yeah, the
Don't touch
panicking.
me!
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree there. Like, there's
Definitely.
I like when people read articles online and they're like, this food can contain blah 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 blah, and I'm like, avocados can technically contain E. coli,
Yeah.
but that's not listed on one of those sheets. You know, that's how like Chipotle lost like a third of its customer base like overnight for a while because they were buying organic avocados from farms that were being regulated differently because they were organic farms, and what ended up happening was the cow patties were uphill. The cows were shitting uphill of the fucking avocado patch,
Yeah.
so the E. coli was rolling down with the rain.
Yeah.
That being said,
I think it's all besides the point. The thing is, you were immature by throwing it down the drain, something he bought. And the other thing is that, like, it's just a matter of personal agency, because, like, if he wants to drink raw milk, he's going to drink raw milk.
Yeah. Maybe it's not the fucking smartest decision, but, like, if it's something that he wants to do, I can't fucking stop him.
Yeah. You put a ban on raw milk.
I mean, you can throw the milk down the drain, but
yeah, but
well,
maybe not the
he's gonna
smartest
get more.
decision.
He's gonna sneak it. He's gonna be like the fucking canteens that alcoholics like sneak whiskey in. He's gonna be sneaking his raw milk through the canteen.
No,
anytime you try to ban something like that, people are always going to find a way around it. We tried that as a great American experiment called prohibition, and look what happened with that.
We're gonna go to the freaking raw milk speakeasies.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, he's
They literally have those in Majora's Mask.
They do. Oh god, they do. They do.
He's meeting a motherfucker behind the Denny's with a trench coat. It's like, hey, got my raw milk.
What is he, fucking Homelander? Anyway, like. No, but to be a little bit, obviously her behavior was uncalled for. But what I'm saying is she's not only overstepping, she's being a fucking moron because she doesn't know how to examine and understand like empirical data that she reads online.
Yes.
Because the thing is, like, people, you'll always read the shock articles. It's like, oh, this thing can be dangerous for you, and then you look at the actual statistics, and you're like, highly unlikely, probably okay.
Yeah.
Also, E. coli, when treated, is not a death sentence.
There's that aspect to it, but I always like how Adam Ragusa frames it, where he says life is a series of risk assessments. Every day we do things that could potentially be have negative consequences for us. It's just a matter of weighing how much we enjoy that thing. Like if you eat if you eat charred steak, that's a carcinogen. It's delicious,
yes, it is.
but it's a carcinogen. That's a measured risk you take. And life is full of risks like that.
Yep, I agree. That's why I don't understand the people who are, I don't understand the people who are like hypochondriacs, not the right word, but like they're fucking crazed over anything that has any amount of risk whatsoever. And it's just like, yes, stepping outside of your house, you could get struck by a meteor. Are you going to step outside your house now? Of course you are.
Yeah.
Staying inside your house, you could be struck by a meteor. Are you going to stay inside your house now? Of course you are.
Yeah.
Like, fucking just
well, your house could collapse though, so get out of there.
Yeah, there's also just certain things you don't have control over. Yes, drinking milk isn't bad, but I'm guessing this bitch uses a microwave to thaw out her frozen vegetables. So she's putting cancer into her body by doing that. So
microplastics.
Yeah, microplastics and cancer. So and low level radiation exposure. So have fun. Just let him do what he fucking wants.
Yeah, when we say there's no ethical consumption, we mean that in every possible sense of the word.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean,
anyway,
we exist in a hostile world that's constantly trying to kill us. Like, just get over it.
The Teflon is already in your blood. There's nothing to do about it.
But yes, definitely you're the asshole, though. Yeah.
From the moment you were born.
I mean, you were an asshole because you're a vegan, but this just adds to the cake.
Yeah.
You're the asshole.
Yeah. This is just us filling out a list now.
You ruin dinners by talking about the things on the menu you can't eat.
Yes, you are the asshole. I sentenced you to be strapped to a chair and fed raw milk. May the dice favor you.
But you got to get it right from the source. You got to suck cow titty.
Yeah, we're gonna strap you to a chair. We're gonna put the chair head right underneath the cow.
Anyway. What the fuck? We got Zeke to do a cow sound today on the bakagaijinshow.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some special service going on today.
Yeah, recorded. It'll last longer.
Good news.
Good news, everyone.
Okay.
Good news,
let me
everyone!
rephrase.
I've just invented the self-looping raw milk machine.
He might do that. Okay. Am I the asshole for not agreeing to sit and watch an entire TV show with my daughter as a bonding thing?
Did we have
This is
one
a
like
TV
this
show.
last time?
No,
I don't think
I
so,
don't think
no. This-
I don't remember anything that happened last time. That was like 2 months ago.
That's
No,
true, yeah.
there was like a guy who like there was like some chick who was saying that the sci-fi show like he was watching was like boring, and then like she was just insulting him the whole time for liking it or something.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
My 28-year-old daughter, Jessica, moved back in with me and her father, my husband, 6 months ago. She split with her live-in girlfriend and will save up at home. The one big difference she and I have always had is that she loves watching TV. She is always watching something, or as she says, doing a rewatch and all of that. I never really got into TV. Oh, one of these
How
people.
old are you?
Yeah. Jessica started doing a rewatch. I love how she puts that in quotations.
Yeah, I know. It really. We are a
This is a very-
multi-generational planet. Huh?
Yeah, this is a mind-boggling concept for somebody.
What?
who-
What?
It's like,
You
man,
watch
how-
a show twice. You already seen it. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, man. How old are you?
the-
68? Jeez. Of a show.
I never cared much for that
No,
devil box.
no. So a 68-year-old would understand that. Do you know how many fucking reruns of Law and Order
true.
and NCIS they
That's
watch?
true. Yeah.
Like, yeah, they would absolutely understand that shit. My mom has watched Seven Brides for Seven Brothers probably 10 times
No,
this year
yeah,
because
this
AMC
woman
keeps putting it on, or
yeah,
not
this
AMC,
woman
but
has
TCM.
has to predate television.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Okay. Jessica
Yeah.
started doing a rewatch of a show she must have seen a dozen times, Gilmore Girls. It is a show about very entitled and...
Is this about Takanashi Kiara?
Maybe. It is a show...
Christ, it's about
It
Mayoshi.
is a show... I mean, she is 28.
Continue.
It's a show about a very entitled and bratty mother and daughter who constantly yell and scream at each other and everyone around them. Over the years while she has watched it, I've seen enough to know that I just do not like it.
Stop virtue signaling a piece of media. Get out.
Yeah. I think
Fair
the show.
enough.
I think the show relies on the viewer to find the yelling matches endearing, or the quirky cast of side characters to be charming. It's just not for me. I could explain more about what I don't like, but I don't think anyone wants that. Well, at least you're smart for understanding that much.
Yeah,
nobody wants to hear you
she
yap.
said the 6 match. She said the 5
Quiet,
magic words.
woman!
It's just not for me.
Anyway.
But Jessica asked me if we could do this one together because it would be a great mother-daughter bonding time. I asked her how we would be bonding by sitting down and watching the TV, and she said it would just be the experience. I told her that I'm sorry, but I just genuinely dislike the show and that I am not interested in watching hours and hours of TV to begin with. I told her that I would be happy to watch a movie with her every week. She didn't want
Yeah,
to
don't
do
be
that.
on TikTok. Get with the times, old bint. Anyway.
And now I've hurt her feelings and she's angry with me because I won't sit and watch a TV show I dislike with her. I don't like to hurt her feelings, but I also just cannot imagine how much time I'd be wasting just sitting there watching a show about overly privileged people screaming at each other. Am I the asshole? Okay, even considering all the frickin' fun we've made,
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
Well, she doesn't talk about how she presented this, right? To her.
Right.
Sure.
Like she didn't say, "Nah, I'm good." Like she could have just been nice about it and said, "Nah, I'm good. It's really not for me." She never goes over how she discussed it with her, right?
Sure.
Right.
And I feel like in this situation like this, it's entirely how you went about discussing this. Like, yeah, no one.
Right,
obviously,
yeah.
if you're not into something, you could just explain, "I'm not into it. I have issues with the show. It's not for me,"
This
and that's
is-
perfectly reasonable. But like, if she talked about it like this, where she was just trashing the thing that she liked and said, I have better things to do with my life than sit and watch something
I
with
think
you,"
she's- I
then
think
she's an
just
asshole.
I think she's just making the point to us, the Redditors.
Yeah, yeah, but again, we don't know for sure, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, no, I think the devil's in the details of this one because it's very possible that she was an asshole in her rejection, or that the daughter was very entitled in what she wanted here.
I will say,
but I have no idea how that played out.
I will say,
Yeah,
one
neither
of-
do I, and that's kind of why I'm like hesitant to call you a straight up asshole. Like,
I will
if
say,
you're not into something, there's nothing wrong with saying no.
I will say, one
Yeah.
of the replies does
But-
imply that the daughter might not be in the best state of mind to make judgment calls, because according to her, she's hurting from the split with her father. The first month after she moved back in, she didn't really want to do much other than work and watch Criminal Minds. Her dad really likes that show, so they ended up watching a bunch of it together. I think I watched a few episodes with it as well. So, like,
Oh, fair.
it sounds
Fair,
like...
but the thing is, if both parties don't enjoy doing something, it's not going to make for good bonding time.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, like, I don't... Honestly, on the surface, I don't actually think it's a bad thing that the mother was theoretically just like, sorry, I just don't like that show. I've seen enough of it to know that I don't like it. I don't think it would be a good bonding experience.
And how bad would it be if they went through the whole thing and it didn't have the desired effect?
And to be fair, the mother did offer a decent alternative of watching a movie every week, which, you know, that's a fine enough alternative.
Yeah, who the fuck does that? Bunch of losers.
Nobody should be doing that exactly at 10 p.m. on every Monday. No.
Yeah, absolutely not. What a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
Glad I've never done that. Anyway.
Definitely don't join our Discord server. Link in the description. Wink.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jesus
Christ. I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt, and I'm actually gonna say not the asshole here. Honestly. I'm
gonna
say info just because there's so much tonality and the specifics are just.
I'm gonna say info as well. This entirely
Sure.
depends on how she approached this discussion with her.
Yeah.
You know, if it was just a simple no thank you and she was being prescient about it, then, you know, definitely not the asshole. But if she was like, well, I think your show's dog shit and you should feel bad for trying to waste my time, then okay, you're an asshole. Like, that's the, you know, it's all, there's so much tonality that needs to be expressed here, and there's just not available. But
yeah,
but just remember, if someone asks you to watch a cherished TV show with them, just remember they're being nice to you. They want to include you in their life. Be nice to them. If you got to let them down gently.
Can you read or?
Yeah, I can read. I'm just dicking around in Roller Coaster Tycoon right now, so in the background. So you can do that without thinking at this point.
I can build this theme park with my eyes closed.
Yeah, I can read with my eyes closed too.
That's called Braille.
That's called I'm repeating everything my auto reader is telling me.
Yeah, that's literally I'm listening to James Earl Jones do a fucking doing a fucking audiobook.
I can sure mimic a screen reader good.
Yeah. Soul for I, 24F, come from a family that values big Sunday dinners. Hey, we used to do those. And we've always rotated, then all my grandparents died. Then we've always, and we've always rotated between whose house we gather at. We did that too. The idea is that everyone contributes by hosting one of these dinners, but recently, it feels like I'm the only one actually holding up my end of the bargain. Every time it's my turn to host, my siblings and even my parents seem to come up with last-minute excuses to skip. The last time I prepared a full meal, my sister canceled an hour before because she wasn't feeling well, and my brother had work stuff. I spent hours prepping and even made special dishes that everyone usually loves. This has happened several times now, and I'm starting to feel like my effort isn't being appreciated. Last week, it was my mom's turn to host, and everyone showed up. No excuses, no last-minute cancellations. Now, my turn is coming up again, and I don't feel like going through all the effort when no one ever shows up. When I told my family that I was thinking of skipping my turn and letting someone else host, they got upset. My dad said I was being dramatic and that it's just how family is sometimes. But I can't help but feel like I'm always the one getting the short end of the stick. Am I the asshole for refusing to host family dinners when no one ever shows up to mine? For refusing? Maybe. For voicing your concerns that no one's showing up to yours after all the effort you put in? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
But
the funny thing here is that this could all be coincidence, right? That it all just happens to fall on her weeks. But
yeah, theoretically,
maybe there's something more to the story. Maybe people just have issues with stuff that happens at your house. Maybe your house fucking smells bad. I don't know. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of missing information here, but just taken at face value, I don't think you're an asshole for voicing your concerns, but you know, I also don't like, you know, if she's being 100% honest here, I also don't like the excuse of this is just how family is sometimes. Like, you guys have skipped consistently all these times. Like, is it really just stuff coming up, or You know, it seems like such a hand wavy excuse from the dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a little skeptical that that it is just like a coincidence. If that indeed is the statement being made here.
Yeah, I feel like there's more to the story.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. But from what I have, not the asshole.
Not the
Because
asshole.
the actual response is, oh, if that's how we're being perceived, we'll make sure we all we'll double triple check. We'll make sure we make it to the next one. You know, there would be an actual effort to be there.
Yeah.
And if the response is, oh, that's just how it is sometimes, now that seems like you're excusing further actions like that.
This feels like at best just like least favorite child syndrome. You know.
Yeah.
Most
Which I'm
skippable.
sorry for.
Yeah.
Which I'm sorry for. But I don't think, if anything, I think canceling the dinners and ruining any chance of improving that situation is just being an asshole to yourself.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know the specifics.
I also don't know your family. Family can be dog shit.
Yeah. Medium Tifu time.
Ooh, fun.
Today I fucked it by hiding a marzipan-filled condom in the wall as a teenager, and now my family thinks my dad put it there.
Oh no.
Hey, what?
Marzipan?
I know what
Marzipan.
Why?
Get into it.
What?
This has been bugging. This has been bugging, not me, but just bugging for a little bit years now, and it feels like I got to get it off my chest. When I was a teenager, our house was getting renovated, and I was helping out with putting up some new panels on the walls, and for whatever reason, I came up with this dumb prank. I took a double condom, teenage curiosity, and instead of doing anything normal with them, I filled them with marzipan. Still not sure why, but I thought it was funny as hell at the time. I tied it up, now looking like a marzipan dildo, and before I sealed up the wall, I put it on top of a stud inside together with a thong, a panty I'd collected from a home party. Then I covered the wall up, and I just kind of forgot about it. Fast forward like 20 years, my brother buys the house from my parents and
First of
decides
all-
to do some renovations too.
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna say you had wild parties at your house as a teenager. Anyway.
Yeah. He rips down that same wall. Guess what? He finds the old crusty marzipan condom and red thong. Now here's where it gets really awkward. No one has any idea it was me. Everyone in the family thinks it was my dad who put it there during the original renovation. My brother and our sisters have had full-on conversations trying to figure out why he would have put a condom in the wall. Like, was it a weird joke? A creepy keepsake? They even speculated it was maybe used for something. For the last 3 years... Wow, he's let this drag
Oh
on.
my god.
For the last 3 years, I've kept my mouth shut while they've tried to solve this mystery. It's come up at family dinners and gatherings, and I'm always sitting there knowing the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's
it
a
was just
great
my
thing to bring up at dinner. So who left the condom in the wall? What kind of family do you belong to? The fucking Mansons? Like, Jesus Christ.
Always sitting there knowing the whole time it was just my stupid teenage self trying to be funny. I kind of
Imagine if that
was.
was... Hold on, I got one more joke. Imagine if that was the fucking discussion at the Texas Chainsaw dinner. Like, so who left the condom in the wall? By the way, you're all gonna die. Anyway, continue.
Movie is like 0.5% better.
Anyway,
I kind of feel bad for letting it go on this long, especially since our dad is not with us anymore. Oh, he's dead.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Oh no.
Well, then
You're allowing
I mean,
them to
well,
speak ill of the dead!
Yeah, but on the other hand, like he's not going to argue back, so that you can let them think this and just get away clean.
Holy fuck. No, Dad.
Especially since the dad is not with us anymore, but I also can't help but laugh every time they bring it up. Maybe one day I'll fess up, but for now, it's too funny to watch them try to figure it out. But it also is a fuck up, because I have kept it a secret for 3 years now. Technically 23 years if you want to go back to the original incident.
Yeah.
Why would I tell the truth now? It would just make me look like an idiot for putting this dark story on our dad.
Honestly, yeah, this is kind of a fuck up, and I feel like this should probably be more so phrased as an "Am I the asshole?" thing, but I think he already knows he's kind of an asshole for it. So like,
I do kind of agree though. After 3 years after the discovery, it's like, why tell them now?
right? Yeah, yeah.
Just let the topic disappear.
Just let it be. Let it be. You don't want to be the person who brings up just like randomly, "Hey, remember the marzipan dildos we found in the wall? Yeah, that was me." You don't want to be that guy.
I like top comment. Copy this post into a letter connected to your will. It'll be hilarious unless you die last.
Yep.
No, I agree. That's great.
Yep.
That's great. I love that.
That's a good one.
Anyway,
It's been a while since we've had a right proper just weird ass story on here.
Mm-hmm.
Put a marzipan dildo in the wall back when I was 16. I don't know why. I just thought it was funny at the time. Okay.
I played bass for Marzipan Dildo.
Stop it. Okay. Am I the asshole for demanding a new perfume bottle instead of the one my dad broke and refusing cash compensation? I, 20M, have a decent perfume collection, about 15 bottles and growing, most bought with my own money. My dad is allowed to use my perfumes. My dad is allowed to use my perfumes, and if he needed a bottle to take on a trip, all he needed to do was ask. During a trip over the summer, I bought an expensive Guerlain bottle to add to my collection. It cost me about $450. Jesus H. Okay.
Oh yeah, perfumes can be fucking ludicrous expensive.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
It became one of my favorite, and my dad also liked it. The policy was the same. He could use it every day and, with permission, take it with him on trips. However, he was just on a work trip and he took it without asking. I noticed that when I saw it missing. Okay. After he came back, I asked him about the bottle, and he told me he took it and accidentally dropped it, breaking it. It was about 80% full at the time. Oof. Big oof.
I'm about 80% pissed.
Yeah, oof. He apologized and offered to compensate me for the bottle. I told him how much it costs and that I need a new bottle, not cash value. It is not sold in our country, which he is constantly on work trips abroad, which means it's easier for him to get a new bottle than for me. He was pissed when he learned about the cost. Quote, I didn't expect you to have such expensive perfumes. Well, you didn't ask.
It does.
Yeah, he offered me 80% of its cost as compensation, while I insisted on a new bottle, not cash as compensation, and we both got into a shouting match, after which both of us are pissed at each other. Am I the asshole?
You might be 80% the asshole.
I might be 80% the asshole.
No, I just had to say. I feel like if you know someone with an entire collection of perfumes, you should probably assume some of them are rather expensive.
Yeah, assume some of them are expensive and, maybe be a little bit more cautious with them. But at the same time, I don't really see the massive issue with him trying to pay 80% of $450 worth of perfume. Like, he's still giving you like $400 there. So like, jeez.
I like top comment here. You're spending $450 on perfume, and he travels internationally for work. I'm gonna go on the world's most solid limb and say it sounds like neither of you are hard up.
Probably.
I'm gonna say everyone sucks here, as both of you seem to be in competition for who can be the most mercenary. More him because he's the father and seems to have quite the fancy job. But buy your son another bottle, man. You're both digging your heels in here. If you're both really knotted about it, he can buy a new bottle and siphon off 20% of it for himself.
Yeah, this feels like such a. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna say everyone sucks here. This is two rich people fucking arguing over who can be the most miserly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because like, just either take the money or frickin' buy the new bottle. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, everyone.
It's really not that big of a deal, and you're frickin' making mountains out of molehills here. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. People have real problems. This is not one of them.
He broke my $450 perfume bottle! Why did you buy a $450 perfume bottle? Spoiled little shit.
He broke it on one of his many, many international business trips.
He ruined my dream journal.
I can't get behind it. I can't get behind any of these people. Y'all suck.
Yeah. Like, these are problems outside of my wheelhouse.
Sorry, I'm too poor to understand this post.
God.
Anyway. Who read that one? Did I read
That was me.
Okay, never mind. Okay, 1 second. So...
That one's getting shot over to him.
There you go.
Memento.
Did not that.
Am I the asshole if I refuse to donate my PTO to a coworker I know will die?
It's pay time off.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I know what PTO is, but yeah, it's
I'm explaining to the audience.
Okay.
They might not know.
Jesus, if you imagine the illiterate in this day and age. No, just kidding. Am I the asshole if I refuse to donate my PTO to a coworker that I know will die? Well, this is morbid. I work healthcare, and our department is pretty close-knit. Not much drama or beef, surprisingly. One of our ladies we found out has cancer. Docs haven't given her the absolute certainty she's terminal yet, but I'm sure with her age and
comorbidities.
Comorbidities. That's what I thought that word is. I just don't know what it means.
Oh, comorbidities means
I
other.
just make fun of illiterate people.
Comorbidities is other contributing causes. It means she has other health problems that could contribute to her demise here.
That makes sense given context. Okay, so, and comorbidities, she's definitely going to be. Everyone has been very supportive, but we all know where this is going. She and I aren't very fond of each other, but I'm entirely professional and have expressed my feelings of sadness for her situation. Many of the hospital staff, nearly everyone in our department, has donated paid leave to take her time off and spend with her family. For her to take time off and spend with her family. She used hers regularly and has almost none, apparently, and possibly received treatment, except me. People have asked why I didn't, and I just don't want to. I feel like it's throwing it away for an outcome I'm all but certain will happen. I'm not saving it for any particular reason. People in her circle have started talking about how I'm not actually sympathetic to her situation and mumbling little things here and there. I usually tell them straight up it's a waste for me to give it to someone who I don't believe will give them more time. Believe will give them more time to live. Just spend that time you have left with family and friends. Be thankful for that. I'm unaware of her financial situation, and frankly, it doesn't concern me. Edit: my employer isn't making it known who donates. It's a group of people that started a sign-up sheet type of thing for her. Probably was given to her later. Edit 2: we do have an FMLA, but it is unpaid. You must burn through a certain amount of PTO days or have none before disability kicks in, and it's only 60%, I believe. So no, you're not the asshole. I mean...
Every time I fucking hear the phrase "donate my paid overtime" or my paid time off, I'm just like, what an American fucking thread this is.
Yeah.
So
that's point one. But point two.
Yeah.
This is like one of those situations where like,
why should you donate what you have to other people? First of all.
Well, yeah, you're under no obligation to do this, but also this whole system is fucked. It's Mr. Burns' fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, if your person's dying, you should just like. If a person's dying, you should just be like, you can have the rest of your life off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pay you for the first 3 months. Have a nice
day.
Like,
to me, it's ridiculous that this situation is happening in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah. The fact that the fact that they would have to do something like that is very, very silly.
Yeah, but given that, you specifically are under no obligation for a coworker that you don't even get along with. Apparently, you know, it's. I hate to say this, but it's your paid time off. You earned that. You know that you're entitled to that. So yeah, you're under no obligation here. So I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Not the asshole. No.
Yeah, not the asshole. That starts to getting into a slippery slope thing too. Also, is like, and I hate when people shame other people just because you decided to be charitable. You can't shame other people for not having the means or not wishing to be charitable.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's not how charity works. Charity is not an obligation.
Yeah, this is how they keep the lower classes fighting each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to me.
Now this looks like a job for me.
Break out the marzipan. Oh, this will be fun.
Marzipan-filled condom.
This will be fun. It's a McDonald's one.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Medium Tifu.
Hold on, I have to get through my Vietnam flashbacks real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
today I fucked up.
Yeah, Greg, I miss you too. Anyway, go ahead.
Medium Tifu. Today I fucked up by frying the Filet-O-Fish patties in the cherry pie fryer with bonus McDonald's fuck up.
Oh no.
Obligatory. This happened a while ago. Back when McDonald's used to fry their cherry pies into crispy crusted morsels of heaven instead of microwaving them.
Yeah, we used to deep fry pies apparently. Yeah, that was before my time. Now we just bake them in the same oven we do the biscuits. But yeah, they come frozen, pre-cooked, and you just bake them. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Technically more of that time I fucked up. The proper forms have been satisfied. Let's move on. My first day as a McDonald's employee, I was given the easy assignment of working the less busy fry station. Back then, fish sandwich patties were dropped in oil and fried until golden crisp. So were the cherry pies, but they were fried in a separate vat for obvious reasons. Some genius decided to put these two fry vats right next to each other. Another genius came along and decided not to put labels on either of them. To be fair, I believe the frozen patties and pies were stored in separate freezers next to their respective vats, flanking the conjoined vats, as it were. Being new, I had no idea which was which, so when the manager yelled, "Drop 6 pies" across the countertop, I did exactly that. I put 6 frozen cherry pies into the little rack that held them, and dropped the rack and pies into the fry vat. The Filet-O-Fish fry vat, to be precise. A few minutes later, a half-dozen beautifully bubbly, crusted cherry pies emerged, golden brown, seemingly delicious. They sold immediately, so I was told to do it again, which I did. Nice job, user Tillerman35. He quoted his own username for some reason. You're our best new employee ever.
Why'd you use my username? That's weird. You stalking me, bro?
Why'd you use my Reddit username? It's 1996.
Yeah.
What's a Reddit?
Yeah.
It didn't take long for customers to storm the counter asking to speak for the manager. Apparently, frying cherry pies in oil that had previously held a day's worth of frozen fish patties imparts a certain piquant flavor to the pies.
Yes. So something in McDonald's, we have a fryer for the fish specifically, then a bunch of fryers for the chicken, and then 2 fryers for the potatoes because they do leave flavor on each other. Yeah.
Cod
so
flavored
pies,
cherry pies.
Yeah, those pies tasted fishy. Anyway.
Cod flavored cherry pies might be a thing in some countries. I don't know. I've never checked, but it wasn't something Midwestern American palates were accustomed to.
I'll have to ask Kiara about that.
Perhaps I was a bit too avant-garde. So that's how I learned how to drain and refill a fry vat on my first day working at McDonald's. All the customers who complained got their money back, a fresh hot cherry pie. Those who left with takeout pies probably suffered, for which I felt some residual guilt over the years. If you were at a McDonald's and got a fishy tasting cherry pie, it was probably my fault, and I apologize. Bonus fuck up. Bonus fuck up. One time after I graduated to burger flipping, I wrapped wet grill towel in cheeseburger paper and put it under the warmer as a joke. I had intended to trick my fellow employee who was about to go on a lunch break. We were allowed 1 free burger. But before I could slap the fake burger on a tray for him, someone snagged it, put it in a bag, and handed it to a drive-thru customer. Never saw the customer again. Somewhere there's a person still pissed off that McDonald's sold a soggy, hot, greasy linen towel in place of a cheeseburger. Honestly, as a former McDonald's employee, I can state with full confidence that they got the better tasting option. Still, it wasn't what they expected, and I hope that person would accept my sincerest belated apology.
That's a 1-star review on Yelp right there.
Top comment, this push makes me miss the fried pies. Hawaii still has them, apparently.
Apparently.
That would actually make sense, because they probably don't want to ship the frozen pies over there.
Probably.
So they would just make them locally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe they still started frozen, like even when they were fried.
Okay.
But, yeah, they still started frozen.
I see what you mean. Frozen, but it wasn't cooked. It was like frozen, like pastry.
Yeah. It was just like frozen pastry, and then you deep fried them.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah. Well, then I don't know why the fuck they're still doing it in Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the South, for example, like the biscuits you get up here in the North, like for the biscuits and gravy in the morning or the sausage biscuits, those come pre-cooked completely, and they're just frozen. So you thaw them slightly in the microwave, and then you finish them off and toast them in the oven. But down south, they still use batter, and they bake them in the oven the old-fashioned way.
Really?
They have like a biscuit baking oven. Yeah. No, you can't do frozen biscuits in the South, my dude. That doesn't fly down there.
That's true. That's
how you get racism.
They'll kill you.
That's how you get racism. All right, that's all I'm saying. Like,
right. It makes sense. Yeah, let me read this one.
Freezing your biscuits is how you get racism. That is a new one on me.
Yeah.
That might be the title.
There we go.
Nice. Anyway.
Give me a second.
Read that one.
Okay. All right. Small Tifu. Today I fucked up by bringing a butt plug to jury duty. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby. Oh, we're so
Gave the gay guy this one.
Yep. That's how you know it's perfect. Anyway. This morning I went straight to jury duty from my boyfriend's place. Fuck, okay. Today I went straight to jury duty from my boyfriend's place, bringing my extra clothes, toiletry, bag, etc. I like to carry around my butt plug in case things get a little spicy in bed. You never know when and where. Not at the courthouse, I hope.
Oh God, this double homicide plus child abduction makes me so hot, baby.
It's a really contested case. They're gonna be in there. The jurors are gonna be in there for a while. You never know what's gonna break out.
Things get heated. You never know. No, anyway.
Yeah.
Cut to me going through the security checkpoint for jury duty, and the guards stop my bag in the X-ray. I think it's because I'm sneaking a sandwich and lasagna into jury duty because I didn't realize the no food policy. She points at a long cylindrical thing in my bag that looks like it has batteries in it. Huh, a flashlight I forgot about? I'm opening up my bag in front of them, and then it dawns on me. My vibrating butt plug. Please no, why would I bring that to jury duty? I try to skirt around it, there must be something else, but no, that's it. I admit to them that it's embarrassing because it's a sex toy, and they both start politely laughing. Politely laughing. It's like saying gently have a car accident.
It's like sensible chuckle. Like
yeah. It's like, oh, I see. No, it's not the strangest thing they've seen. I doubt that.
I don't doubt
that. Yeah. No, you would be surprised what people will try to get through frickin' security checkpoints. I wasn't ready to share my bedroom secrets with the court guards this morning. TLDR, forgot I had a butt plug in my bag at jury duty. Security found it. At least it was in your bag. That's a good point. At least you put it away.
Yep.
Seeing the title in the sub, I was fully expecting it to be in use. That would be adding insult to injury duty. There you go. Oh, man.
Glorious.
I fucking love shit like that where it's just like, nope, that's a butt plug.
Cool story, bro. Anyway, what the fuck am I fucking doing here? Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I had to scroll through some non-podcast irrelevant nonsense. Sarah, here's this one.
Am I the asshole for telling my mom it wasn't cute or funny to dress me as a hot dog instead of a princess? Well, I mean, some people are into dogs. Anyway, so there's this new Target commercial going around. Oh, this is going to be good. First of all, Suburbanite, where a little girl dresses as a hot dog. And it came on while my family was watching a scary movie. I, 20 female, am home from college for the weekend and brought my boyfriend. And my mother, 57 female, I'm assuming your mother is female, decided it would be hilarious.
You never know these days.
You never know these days. Might have changed. Would be hilarious to mention that she made me a hot dog costume as a kid, except the way she told the story. It was my request. She said that all the girls wanted to be Disney princesses because they're tools. But I had to ask to be But I had asked to be a hot dog, and so she'd gone out of her way to make that costume. This is not what happened, and I said as much. What actually happened is I wanted to be Snow White, and I told everyone, including the teachers, that I was going to be Snow White. I was obsessed with that movie as a kid to the point where I would actually get invested in doing chores because I was cleaning up just like Snow White.
Well, I bet your parents loved that.
Yeah, Snow White gaslighting children into doing menial labor. Fantastic.
Yeah.
My dad and I would help. No, I'm not that cynical. My dad and I would watch that movie all the time, and he was very excited to be Snow White. And I was very excited to be Snow White for Halloween. That would have been a little weird if it was him. Especially because my ballet studio was doing a special princess dance for Halloween, and we'd all signed up for special princess slots. And I'd shown up early with my dad the week before so I could get to be Snow White. My mother decided that she wanted to be quirky and that Snow White was a bad role model after I got in trouble. I mean, she is. You know what's a better role model? The dwarves. They're hard workers. Anyway.
Especially Tweaky.
Yeah.
Tweaky?
That wasn't one of them.
Oh, you all forgot about Tweaky.
No, that's the secret eighth dwarf that they don't talk about.
You don't want to gaslight us into an eighth dwarf, my friend. Anyway, food for the dwarves in the movie. All right. Bad role model, and I got in trouble for trying to cook dinner for my family. I was about 8 and tried to make hot dogs, like how she made food for the dwarves in the movie, and I made a mess. How do you make a mess making hot dogs? What the fuck? Maybe there was a lot of sauce and stuff that involved. My mom surprised me on that day with this crappy hot dog suit and told me if I didn't wear it, she'd never let me watch Snow White. Wow, that's fucking horrible. Never let me watch my favorite movie again. She took 1 million pictures. The other girls teased me for months, and it was one of the most humiliating moments of my childhood.
What's an asshole?
Your mom's a twat.
What the fuck?
I told the real story. As Jim Jeffries says, your mom's a cunt. I told the real story and mentioned that I got through the day by pretending that she was the evil queen, making me dress in rags. But the rags happened to be a garbage meat costume.
Oh god.
Was that your nickname through high school, garbage meat? She got really quiet after
We're
that.
garbage meat, and we're here to make you feel feelings. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This mother was like 2 steps from making this girl into Gomer Pyle. Anyway, she got really quiet after that. And after we left, my brother says she was crying and looking at the pictures from Halloween. Aw. I didn't want to make my mom cry, but it's a shitty memory for me, and I felt like she was trying to humiliate me all over again in front of my boyfriend. TLDR, I called my mom out for forcing me to be a hot dog for Halloween and humiliated me as a child after she brought up the story pretending I wanted to be that. Am I the asshole? All right,
If that's how it played out, your mom is an asshole. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That being said, like, is it your fault that she cried because you corrected her? No.
Yeah.
But clearly, going through all of she had a spark of inspiration. She went through the effort of making something for you, and while not every she needs to understand that not all of that is going to pan out. Effort does not equal recognition.
Yeah.
You know. But obviously, the fact that she was crying over the pictures, she might have gaslit herself into believing that you wanted it, because obviously this is a very precious memory for her. So I would just encourage that you smooth it out with her.
I think
like,
sometimes people fuck with kids in ways that they don't quite realize kids take a lot more seriously than they do.
Yeah.
Yes, that's kind of where I'm getting at. And it's like, saying and after you had gone through the effort and you had this grand idea in your head of how things were going to go, your daughter was going to say, "Oh, thanks, Mom, for the hot dog costume and stuff," and then instead you spit in her face over all the effort she did. Like, I can kind of understand where the misguided mother here would be like, well, I'm not going to let you watch that movie anymore if you don't at least appreciate what it did for you.
Mm.
So I can't call the mom like an intentional asshole. I just think she's a little delusional.
Yeah.
And obviously this was a great memory for her. She's just wrong about it. Smooth it over with her. I don't think she's evil. Yeah. She's not an evil witch. She's just took way too much attachment to a random like Halloween costume.
I think this story is a great example of just how differently adults and kids can see the same situation.
Yeah.
And I am more sympathetic to OP's feelings here, but well, to be fair, the question is, am I the asshole for telling her it wasn't cute? Was I an asshole for telling her how I really felt about it? No. No. That's the
you're not no. You're definitely not an asshole to it, but I like I said, try to smooth it over and kind of understand that she took stock in it because and she was excited about it, and maybe just try to smooth things over with her, like, hey, don't tell people that, and I'll tell her that and I'll try to tell the story. I'll try to correct you in a more lighthearted way next time.
I was scrolling down. I'm scrolling down here. I do like this comment. Letting your parents pretend that everything they did was perfect is a terrible way to approach your adult parent-child relationship. We, the parents, need to hear about this to reconcile our self-image with who we were to you as children. My own parents were still pretty crappy about admitting to the past. Denial is an addictive drug. I don't really bother anymore. However, I make the point of telling my kid that I probably messed up plenty. I've asked him to tell me about it in those memories when those memories come up for him. We've had a couple of hard, painful conversations about the times that I have hurt him. They're important for him to get out there. It's cathartic to say it out loud. I sincerely believe that it helps heal our inner child when our parents affirm our versions of memories and soothe our hurts.
I agree with that.
So it's good that she did this, but work it out with her. I don't think your mom's evil. I think she's just misguided.
On the surface though, I'm gonna say not the asshole.
No, definitely not the asshole for what the question was. Yeah, definitely not. I just don't think you need to treat her like a witch for the rest of her life or anything like this. Like she fell into the same pitfall that many parents do. It's just a very human thing that exists, for better or worse.
Unfortunately.
Or is that another woman? So she might be a cunt. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. This one's long, so I'm just kind of grazing it to see if it's worth our time. And
Okay.
Yeah, whenever I see a super long one, I kind of have to glance at it first and be like, okay, is this going to be worth our fucking time? To fill air on my podcast? Okay, I think I might have broken out a good ones.
It
I
happens.
had to scramble to put these together.
I mean, as far as like shit you just scrambled together, we actually had some really good ones, actually.
Yeah, better than usual, frankly.
Yeah, no.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Keep that content coming.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone keep having shitty lives so we can have a really fun time making fun of you. Anyway.
That's what it's all about. Holy shit, whole block of text, Batman. No, that one requires me to know how to pronounce French words.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we should probably go on to the fucking lightning round now.
Yep. It's time for the lightning round. This is where we go to unpopular opinion, find some unpopular opinions that may be popular, maybe unpopular, maybe we agree, maybe we disagree. Let's find out now!
Today on X-Play!
Get out of here, Adam Sessler.
The ghost of Adam Sessler haunts this podcast.
There will never be a positive statement about Naruto on this podcast as long as I live. Let's see here. This guy's unpopular opinion: Surface Pressure is the best song from Encanto. You know what? It's up there. I think it's a sleeper hit personally.
It is good. It is really good. Encanto.
It's definitely not the It's not the most mimetic song of them, but I think in terms of like an actual song, it might be my favorite.
Yeah, it is in the top 3 of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good movie.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe I never noticed she was holding a plate of corn in that scene.
I never knew she was holding a pipe bomb this whole time. I fucking love that.
It's great. Unpopular opinion: phone designs today are really boring. I can't believe we're all just roaming around with these flat bricks in our hands, and the most interestingly designed design is a flipper folding phone. I miss the old designs, like companies like Nokia producing multiple designs, and you could just choose from ones you liked. Not talking about the features. I'm happy we have so much in phones now, but I miss the new designs. I might just buy an old BlackBerry Passport now. You're not gonna do that.
You're not gonna do that.
You're the guy. You're the guy who tells YouTubers, "Oh, I'd buy that if that was a shirt," and then when they make the shirt, you never come around, do you? You're not gonna buy the fucking shirt.
No, Here's the thing.
No, because it's $24.99, and nobody got money for that.
You should expect that the merch shirt is going to be $24.99. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Like the thing.
I never say. Sorry, this is a separate tangent. I never say I want that on a T-shirt unless I am committed to paying $25 for that T-shirt.
Yeah. No, yeah, this just comes down to the reason phones are the way that they are is because this is the best way. Like, it's productivity and it's ease of use.
Well, the other thing is that, like, back in the day, they had limited functionality. They were phones.
Yes, yeah,
right?
they were phones first and foremost.
They could do like quick memos or like play Centipede on them or whatever.
Just play Snake or something.
Yes,
yeah.
Snake. Yeah, but like for the most part, they were phones. So what you sold people on was the stylishness of them. You know, you know, it's like having a very aesthetically pleasing toaster. You know, but today the functionality is the entire point. It's what they can do.
Yeah,
and so the design just accommodates that as best as it can.
Yeah, phones these
days. I agree.
I
was gonna say if you want styling, that's what like all the bedazzled cases and like
that's what
the cases and other things like that are for. Like there's lots of style choices when it comes to your case. That being said, one feature I will always miss that could absolutely be implemented. These people are just fucking lazy about it. Is having a mechanical keyboard.
Yes,
my droid. They actually brought that back for one of the Galaxies for a minute, and then apparently it sold like shit because Zoomers didn't understand how the fuck to use one. And like, yeah, because Zoomers ruin everything. Because they're fucking illiterate. Anyway, but yeah, no, like literally, like the mechanical keyboard would be very helpful to someone like me who has massive fucking thumbs, and who oftentimes the autocorrect or the autocomplete will make him say very silly things to people, or make something
yeah,
horrendous,
Racist
like
things.
not racist, but like like horrible syntax errors or just a word that I didn't intend, just because my thumbs are big and it thought I was pressing a key like to the left of where I was actually supposed to be. So even and it's like I love the idea of a physical keyboard, because my old Droid 2, which was a smaller phone than the one I had.
Oh, I wanted that.
I had the original Droid 2, and that had a sliding keyboard and a replaceable battery pack. That's another feature that needs to fucking come back, but we've been on and on about that one.
No, like the fucking the fucking like swipe typos thing is so funny, because it's the difference between saying I'm cooking nuggets and saying you're committing a hate crime.
The funny thing is, I love the idea. I love the idea of a mechanical keyboard. I love the idea of a mechanical keyboard, but I'm so swiped brain now. The funny thing about swipe is that like 90% of the time it works perfectly fine, but like the 10% it doesn't work. Oh, it really doesn't.
Oh
work.
god.
Oh yeah, it really doesn't. And again, swiping, my issue is my thumb takes up 2/3 of the fucking screen.
Yeah. Even with
or it takes up 1/3 of the fucking screen, so it's like I can't see where I'm swiping to.
I usually do it with my pointer finger.
Yeah, I tend to do index finger, but even then, it's like trying to get the swipe right takes like freaking 6 or 7 tries. Sometimes it's fucking obnoxious.
Oh no, I double thumb that bitch. But even so, like, yeah, but even so, like I wish that some accessory features were offered. Like one of the big ones right now, the hot contentious ones, is the audio jack.
Yeah.
The old-fashioned audio jack. Like some phones, lower end phones, are doing that still. And there is literally no reason.
I refuse to buy a phone that doesn't have a headphone jack. I'm not gonna become part of your fucking Raycon cult.
Yeah. And it's like, and I don't have anything against Bluetooth, but it's nice to have the option, right? Especially if you have like an older car or whatever, and you have like an aux jack, but nothing else to connect your phone to your car for audio.
Yeah.
Like that is just a feature that is very relevant. It's going to be very relevant for at least the next 10 years until nobody has cars of that era anymore.
The other thing is, I like so like at work, I listen to podcasts at work, and I have these nice AKG earbuds, and they're good earbuds. Like they're not great earbuds, but they're good earbuds. They're like $20 earbuds. They have decent sound quality. They're very comfortable, and I like that baseline. Where if I lose this or it breaks, it's just $20. Okay, if I break my Bluetooth wireless like earbuds or whatever, that's like $75.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's one of the biggest issues I have with the wireless earbuds is just the fact that they so easily. I always bought the cheap ones because I knew I'm bad at keeping track with small items like that. But still, over the course of a year when I was traveling like crazy, I lost like 4 sets. Like I lost like one earbud for 4 different sets of them, and I kept having to go to Walmart and buy new skull candies.
Yeah.
And it's just
I like the intersection of quality and affordability that current like physical connected earbuds have.
Yeah. But yeah, earphone jacks, slide out keyboards. I don't care if you have to make the phone like an extra half an inch thick. Give me a slide out keyboard, give me an earphone jack, and give me expandable battery packs, or at least attachable battery packs. That's something else. That's something else that they don't really like. You can kind of buy them if your phone supports wireless charging, which only a lot like they're starting to become more prevalent. But for a while, it was only like the top end phones that would support that. Yeah. Like, get me a battery pack that just clips onto the back of my fucking phone and has a hole in the center for where my camera goes, right?
Yeah. Dude, like 6 years ago, there was that one gimmick phone that was like a literal brick, because like this says the most battery life of anything fucking ever. And I was like, that looks awesome. I want that one.
Yeah, no, literally. Like my old Droid 2 had a separate plate on the back. You could slide it out, pull out the battery, put in a double battery, slide the old plate back. It made it like an extra millimeter or 2 thicker. But it was fine because I had twice the battery, 2 to 3 times the battery life. I don't care. It's gonna fit in my pocket whether it's like a millimeter thick or like 2 millimeters thick. So remember when Apple was like professing that their phones were like ultra slim, and I'm like, why is that a benefit? It's gonna fit in my pocket no matter which way. Now you're just making it more fragile.
It's a benefit
to
them.
With less.
It's a benefit to them because you can't fuck with it, so you have to buy a new one every time something goes wrong. That's the benefit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
No, I kind of agree with this person. Like, this is definitely not a hot take. This is definitely not a hot take segment. We are definitely going into this, but like, like I agree that I wish phones would sell themselves based on features. Remember, there was a Droid, also a couple of years ago, that they did like the whole Nintendo Switch accessory package with, like the portable projector, that would strap onto the back of your phone and use your camera to basically project. Or use an additional camera to project whatever was on your screen on the wall, so you could do like carry on. You could just bring your phone with you and do a full presentation as long as you had the PowerPoints on your fucking phone, right? Yeah. Or like you could stream a movie like onto the back of your airplane chair instead of having to or your train chair instead of having to just watch it on the small screen. And it also had things like expandable battery packs and like that. I don't need a replaceable battery. Just give me a battery pack that does wireless charging that straps to the back of my fucking phone. I will carry around a phone that is an extra half an inch thick if it means I don't have to fucking worry about losing a charge while I'm at an amusement park.
Yeah.
Bring back accessories and other shit for your fucking phone. Cut this bullshit out. Anyway, yes, I got very passionate about that. I really hate modern phone design.
No, I'm with you.
It's
We're all
very
about
boring.
passion here. Here's one. Unpopular opinion: clocks look terrible when hung at eye level. I've seen lots of people hang clocks around eye level, and it seems like this is also what's recommended on the internet. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
It just
Go ahead. Sorry.
It looks terrible and completely wrong. Most clocks look best when positioned about 3/4 up a wall, maybe even higher. Eye level is where painting should be, not clocks. They look so out of place. I also can't remember a single household in real life that ever had a clock not near the top of the wall. That's what feels natural. Unless you have something fancy that doubles as an art piece, every single clock should be hanging up higher than eye level. Everything else just looks weird and amateurish. Who did this to you?
Yeah, I want to know.
Well, I'm just gonna be Mitch Hedberg here. Sorry for the convenience. Like,
I mean, I think some people
agree with this person, but I agree with this person, but I can't really articulate why. You know?
I mean, yeah, I will admit it is a lot more common to see clocks put up a lot higher, and I'm kind of just used to seeing them a lot higher up on the wall. But at the same time,
well, you know why that is, right? So the reason you put a clock high up on the wall is so that every time you look up from your paperwork, you're not blasted with the fact that you still have 6 hours left of your work day.
Right.
Like, you have to go searching for the time if you really want to look at it. It's not going to jump scare you, basically.
Also, in schools, so the kids can't bring it down and fucking like adjust it to be 10 minutes faster than it is.
That's also true.
Yeah, that's another reason as well.
Didn't stop
and
us
also because really old clocks also used to usually have a chime attached to them, and you would have to hang them up high.
That's true. Yeah.
Also, old cuckoo clocks or old weighted clocks, you'd have to hang them up high because there would need to be enough space beneath them for the weights to actually come down all the way. So it's probably something left over from antiquity.
Yeah.
When the technology demanded that they had to be hung up higher on the wall. Also, because they made a sound, you wanted them to be high so they would project better throughout the room.
That's also true.
So that's another reason. So like, I think that's just a thing left over from antiquity. That being said, fucking get over it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal, man. Like, just crane your head up a little bit. Sorry for the fucking convenience.
This makes me want to troll my guests. Like if I ever have my own place, I know, big millennial pipe dream, right? I want to hang all my clocks at like chest level just to fuck with people.
Try having generational land ownership like myself.
Maybe you should have been born to richer parents, idiot.
Yes. My father used to sell tables to Procter and Gamble.
Why eat out of silver spoon? Mine was gold.
That's actually true. Carlson Marketing used to sell shit to Procter and Gamble all the time.
Oh shit! Okay.
He gave that career up. So
my point is, I'm gonna fuck with my guests by hanging my clocks at chest levels.
I want to do it like at dick level. That way, somebody's just staring at the wall like, what?
Fuck the wall. I'm just gonna throw a clock on the floor. Fuck you.
Yeah. No, we have new rule at any business with those like faux gardens outside. We the only clock in the whole building is the garden clock that doesn't work at the year.
I think the most psychotic thing ever is if you go to someone's house and there's no clocks on the walls and the only clock is just sitting on the side table.
Oh yeah.
Like not an alarm clock. I mean like a regular fucking analog school ass clock. It's just sitting. It's just like laying on the fucking side table, and then he reaches over and just like picks it up. He's like, oh okay.
I've seen that.
That would be the most psychotic.
I've seen that actually.
Oh.
God. It was weird. It was very weird.
Yes. Okay, here's unpopular opinion. Salsa belongs inside the quesadilla. Quesadillas are awful to dip, not made for dipping, but salsa doesn't belong out, and salsa does not belong outside of it?
What?
This guy's saying salsa only should be inside quesadillas and does not belong outside of quesadillas.
No, what?
I don't even like salsa, and I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, that's just factually incorrect. What? What?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Say this one more time to me.
Salsa belongs inside the quesadilla. Quesadillas are awful to dip, not made for dipping, and salsa does not belong outside of it.
You're insulting all my Mexican homies right now, dude.
Every single Mexican person I know is running directly to your location.
Dude, this guy saw a guy. This guy went to a party once, saw people eating like dipping chips into salsa, and that was his personal 9/11. The horror.
He's just like, you don't understand.
Specifically, he's talking about quesadillas, right?
Yeah.
So,
according to the title, he does not think salsa belongs outside of a quesadilla. No.
I still, I
He
don't
sees
get
a
it.
jar of salsa and he's like, get that shit in the quesadilla stat. It can't exist outside the quesadilla. What are you doing?
This is so baffling.
well, yeah, the whole point of it, the whole point of the salsa is that you're supposed to be able to add as much or as little as you want.
Yeah, it's a
There's no crime here.
it's a dip.
Well, no, actually, it's not. You're wrong about that. You're not supposed to dip quesadillas. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take the salsa in the little dish, and you pour a little bit onto the top of the
like you
quesadilla
relish
when you
it,
bite.
yeah.
That is the proper way to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
But-
it doesn't belong outside of it.
No, it doesn't. It does. It absolutely does belong outside of the quesadilla. Fucking
Yeah, some people put in like their fucking eggs and shit.
yeah. You don't put the salsa in. If you like it that way, that's fine. But that goes along with like, oh, Jamie Oliver like chili jam in his fucking fried rice. Talk to an Asian person and see how far that flies. Yeah.
Let's see here. Unpopular opinion, all shops should stay open till 3 a.m. It's a simple concept, really. People have different schedules.
Get this
Some of us work
fucking
late.
capitalist out of here.
Some of us work late. Some of us have late nights out. Some of us just like to shop late. Why should we be forced to conform to arbitrary hours of the retail industry? Let's not forget the economy. If shops stayed open later, people would have more opportunities to spend money, it would boost jobs,
Okay.
create jobs, make everyone happier.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. This assigns a different. This assumes a different economy than the one we have. But I agree in theory. I do always like those posts that go, look, if I work 9 to 5 and you're only open from 9 to 5, when the fuck am I supposed to visit your store?
Right, yeah, like it would be really
That is a conundrum I have faced in recent years. But most places are open till 8.
yeah.
Just go right after work.
Sometimes.
And grocery store.
Some places still close around 5 or 6, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but those are usually places like service stations and like stuff where you're gonna have to take a day off to do it anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But like, I understand I understand it. It can be annoying. Like as a person who used to
Because
work like 9 to 5 for 3
Yeah.
years, trying to find time to go to the store when especially post COVID, when everything was closing at 6 or 7.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Like remember
no,
when Walmart was closing at like 5 p.m.
Yes.
That shit was fucking. That shit was fucking cringe.
I like how that's permanent now. You can't go to Walmart at night anymore. They just eliminated the third shift.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, basically the only reason they had the store open in the first place was because they had night shifts there anyway doing stocking. So it was like, okay, we've already got people around who can help people with stuff, like doing stocking and stuff. We'll have one manager and like 2 cashiers, and we can keep the store open and make a little bit of money overnight. Since we have to pay people those hours anyway, you might as well try to offset the cost of employment with a little bit of revenue. So that's the only reason it was open in the first place. It was just convenient for the business since they already had people there and they were paying them. So like, but like nowadays, like, but yeah, nowadays it's just like,
It shouldn't be as stringent as it is. This entire system was concocted at a time where like the men went to work and the women went shopping during the day when all the men were working. And so like, and that is clearly not as simple. It's clearly not that simple anymore.
well, it's also a matter of the employees not wanting to work into the late evening.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, no. Well, hopefully they'd have different shifts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but yeah, exactly. Fair enough, but still.
The whole thing's fucked. OP is right-ish, but yeah.
But yeah, I don't agree that every store needs to be open that long. A lot of stores can't.
Sure.
There are definitely times a day where like stores are definitely not going to be profitable.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
no
Yeah,
one's
well,
going to a
this is-
breakfast nook
yeah.
at 7 p.m. Like unless
Yeah.
you're Waffle House, but you also serve steaks, so you can get around that, right?
Yeah, no, like this guy is assuming
Yeah.
every store is Walmart. Like, what is your
Yeah.
local card shop going to do at 3 in the morning? Nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, no. To be fair, we have a. I mean, there would be Magic players there grinding away Standard or playing Commander till 3 a.m.
For example,
but-
whatever. But,
Yeah, or D&D guys running late, but yeah.
Specialty shops of some kind.
No, and that's, to be fair, like beforehand that was absolutely how it was. Like more general stores, like department stores and stuff like that, were generally open much later, and then like your specialty shops were like, you know, or your family businesses that didn't want to be, that had like 7 staff members that didn't want to be there till 3 in the morning would just close at like 7 or 8 p.m. It's not that big a deal.
This one is interesting to me. Unpopular opinion, because it tells me something I didn't know. Unpopular opinion. Hurt. The Johnny Cash cover is not as good as the original. I thought it was Johnny Cash's song this whole time.
No, it's a cover. No, yeah, Johnny Cash covered that song. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it was a Nine Inch Nails song. I did not know that. I thought it was a Johnny Cash original.
Yeah. Yeah, that is wild that freaking Johnny Cash covered a Nine Inch Nails song, and the Johnny Cash version is better known.
Yeah, that is weird, actually. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to you guys to debate this one. I have no opinion on this, obviously.
Okay.
But unpopular opinion, light roast coffee is overhyped and dark roast coffees deserve a second chance.
I do like a dark roast coffee, but then again, I drown everything I consume coffee-wise in cream or sugar, so I'm not the guy to go to.
That's true.
I try not to do too much like cream and sugar, but I do actually appreciate like the kind of robustness that a good dark roast can give. It's really hard because like a dark there is a fine line between a really good dark roast and something that just fucking burnt. There are literally just some brands that just burn the fucking coffee and call it a dark roast. No.
Yeah.
No, I kind of agree with OP. I like a good light roast. Like, don't fuck with me and my breakfast blend. I fucking love that shit. But like, I do really like a good dark roast, and there's a lot that like makes that particularly like just a real good coffee. So I kind of agree, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Unpopular opinion, slap fighting is not a strength or combat sport. It is currently the lowest form of competition and has no place being promoted.
Yeah, dude, I keep seeing fucking YouTube shorts of people doing like fucking slap tournament competitions or some fucking shit, and it's like,
dude, fucking look, I had my laugh, I had my fun when Charlie did like 5 videos on it, and then after that I just said, wait, guys, this is stupid. Why are we still doing this?
Yeah, like it's basically
but then it just blew up to be bigger than ever. What the fuck?
It's literally just speed running brain damage. What the fuck are you people doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you doing this? This is so dumb.
Every time I see how big every time I see how big slap fighting has become, I just think of Ass the movie.
It's It won 10 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
Including Best Screenplay.
Including Best Screenplay, yeah. No, fucking...
Slap fighting is fucking dumb, and everyone involved is going to regret it deeply in, like, 3 years.
There's probably somebody who's just like, well, what about boxing? And it's like, boxing actually has fucking strategy, dipshit. This is just, how hard can I fucking slap this motherfucker before he goes down for good? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not gonna act like boxing is good health-wise in any sense.
Yeah.
But
like,
at least while it's happening, there's like shit to it.
Yeah, like
not just how hard can you tank a slap.
God, slap fighting's so fucking dumb.
I mean, it's the combat sport equivalent of a minimalistic advertisement or a minimalistic logo.
In a way,
it is literally a reductive. Like, let's strip a combat sport down to its bare essentials. What are you doing? Hitting each other? That's it. We're done.
Yeah,
like, we're done. We're done. We Zoomers conquered another one.
Minimalism.
Like, we conquered a fucking another one, guys. We showed these millennials what's real. Like,
minimalist.
Fucking...
I'm now fascinated by this idea of minimalist sports. Some fucking people looking at baseball and like, do we really need outfielders?
Yeah, somebody looking at base.
There's too many bases, honestly. Can't we just have the one?
No, you show up and then you just automatically score and you get a participation.
Oh, we're turning into that podcast.
Oh God.
There's only one base. Yeah. Anyway, no.
Damn it, we're gonna have to come up with new sex metaphors. Damn it, we ruined baseball and sex with the same move. Fuck.
Fuck.
unpopular.
By the way, the funniest thing in baseball, just sidebar, I got to see this live at my minor league, my local minor league. It's called a pickle. No, it's called a pickle because, like, what the fuck do you do? You're screwed either way. So the rule in baseball is whenever a baseman has the ball in hand and either touches the base with their hand with the ball or touches the base with any part of their body, as long as they're holding the ball, that base is now hot.
Yeah.
If the person running touches that base, they're out. That being said, a hot base disappears if the ball is passed from the baseman. So, like, what happens is you get a ball, you get a runner who started running to the next base because the ball went out, right? The ball like went into the field. The guy catches the ball, gets the original runner out, and has also made so basically, you're like, the guy's trying to make it to the next base during a play. That base is hot, so he tries to run back. And so what ends up happening is that the baseman throws it to the first base. So he turns around and starts running back to the other one, and then he throws it backwards. And he throws it backwards, and he throws it back. And so you've got an idiot running between two bases trying to find one not to get out. What happens in this is that the strategy to getting the guy out, so this doesn't go on forever, is you can also get someone else by just tagging them with the ball in a glove, right? And so what happens is the two basemen start converging on him on either side, passing the ball back and forth with him like some pendulum, right?
Yeah.
And then they eventually pin him and just tag him out. I got to watch this live, and it is the most Benny Hill shit you will ever see.
Just put fucking yakking sacks in
American sports. It is, yeah, literally just round and round it goes. Where he'll stop, nobody knows, but this guy's probably going to be out. He's in quite a pickle. Like, it's literally called a pickle. It is look up a video of it sometime. It is the most Benny Hill shit you'll ever see in American sports. It's fucking hilarious.
I'm probably gonna find it and put a video of it like over on top of the fucking podcast.
No, pickling is retarded, and I love that it is a part of an American sport. It feels like honest comedy in movies again, man. Something time lost. Anyway.
Nice. That'll do it this time.
Anyway, that was just my tangent about baseball. Thanks for coming to the Baka Gaijin Animes podcast.
As it be.
Thanks for listening to the Baka Gaijin show. If you want to be part of the show, send an email to bakagaijinshow@gmail.com. Join our Discord server, link provided below. Follow us on Twitter @ZeekFreak, @CCharmanderK, @GerardXD. I remember.
Thank you.
It's written there.
Well, account died because Musk is an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for listening. Subscribe for more. See you next time. Zeke Freak out. Ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes